So hello everybody. How y'all doing? We're here for September all signs. So we're also going to do Ophiuchus. There will be timestamps in the description after the live is over, so you guys can hop, skip, and jump around each of your signs as you feel guided to. I highly recommend watching all of them, especially if you know your rising sign and seeing how each one of these signs pertains to the house that it rules for you. You might get insights into that specific area of your life. All right. We are going to be using the deck of many things, my hand-drawn cards, which now have 3 additional new cards that I did last night in here. We'll see if any of them come out. And the Wheel of the Year Tarot. September is going to be a huge month, guys. It's going to be huge. It's just eclipse season. Just eclipse season, just Saturn going back into Pisces. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So we're going to get into the all signs. You guys can put in the chats the order of the signs that you want. Otherwise, I'll just default to whatever I default to, and we'll get started. I'm also going to spin the wheel for each sign at the end, and any sign that comes out for your reading, there is something in that sign that you need to watch that is either powerful in your chart or aspecting your chart or being influenced by the current cosmos in some way, and you might need to pay attention, okay? It'll give you some additional insight into whatever message you need in order to be most effective and efficient, spiritually speaking, in September. Hey, Kelly, how you doing? Of course we could do Aries first. Absolutely. You guys can call out any other signs you'd like in the chat. Ophiuchus will be last. All right. All right. We will start with Aries. Spirit, please. What is going on? We got the comet. Okay. Comet's a good one. It means whatever hostile encounter you're dealing with in September, you will prevail over it. Give me some more insight into that comet, please. Further clarify the comet for Aries. We got the sun. I really like that, Aries. That's nice. We got the comet and the sun. We also have the cauldron on top. So, and the comet's under that. And the comet's under that. That's like miracle curse breaking. Okay, so if you've got strong Aries in your chart, you do spell work. That is super, super auspicious for you for the month of September. Let's see what's going on. Let's get some insight for Aries, please. Because I love that. That's you being in your light. That's you being in your light and the timing being so divine that whatever it is you're trying to overcome, you will undoubtedly overcome it. That's a big deal. Okay. So what does this look like for Aries? Aries energy, Aries placements, the house that Aries rules for you. What does this look like? We have the 7 of Wands, the Chariot, the Queen of Wands, what else? I was going to say one more. We got the Queen of Swords, and then clarities, please. We got the Hermit, the Devil on the Chariot. I don't mind that energy. I'm keeping that in the upright. And we got Temperance. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 9 of Pentacles, reclaiming some kind of sovereignty. Hell yeah, Aries. Bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to your fucking money. You're like, fuck everybody else. Fuck everybody else. I'm holding on to my money. If I need my money, I'm holding on to my money. Everybody else can figure out their own shit. Good for you, Aries. Reclaiming your sovereignty. With the Seven of Wands and the Hermit card, you're defending your right to heal and dig deep within yourself to pull out energy that you probably have needed to pull out for quite some time. With the Chariot and the Devil clarifying, you are moving forward away from an old attachment or an old pain cycle or an old addiction or an old belief system or pattern that was keeping you really stuck. The Divine is moving you forward in a big way. The Queen of Wands with the Justice card. If you are a witchy person and you are doing spell work and you're in that light of the energy, that is just for you. It was divine order. It was divine order. Mind you, if you are unfamiliar with spell casting, like, make sure you know whatever you put out, you get back. So I don't recommend, I always recommend honesty. So if you are going to cast on somebody, you need to tell them, because if you're keeping it a secret, then you probably shouldn't be casting it. You know what I mean? So if you're casting intentions or casting for yourself, right, like protection spells, forgiveness spells, self-love, stuff like that, gratitude and thank yous, I think that would definitely be in the right direction. If you're casting to balance things, to return things to harmony, to return things to balance because things have been out of whack, and you're casting to reset your energy and bring it back to neutral, I think that would really benefit you, to be completely fair. I'm also getting Persephone energy. I'm getting Hecate energy. I think once you click into that mentality, whatever it is, even if you're not a witchy person, quote unquote witchy, I call them fucking light workers, but details. Yeah, I feel like you are moving your intention in the right direction. You're defending your right to heal. You're going really deep and seeing the writing on the wall with yourself. And I think you go from being really inspired with yourself and your own energy to being really fucking cold and cutthroat when it comes to the shit that needs to be removed from your life. Cold and cutthroat. That Queen of Swords, that is cold and cutthroat. Cold and cutthroat. Like, who needs to fucking go? Who needs to go? Because that's going to bring in some major alchemy for you. That's going to bring in some really beautiful healing for you. I feel like you being in that element, right? That magical element where you are, Aryan light, taking the lead in your life, that you are the leader of your life, that you are the hero of your life, like that. No one's going to save you but you. You know what I mean? That's a part of the Aries MO. No one is going to save you but you. And I think if you are choosing definitively to move in a new direction, all the fucks you gave went out the window. You're like, it is time for me to reap. It is time for me to reap my good energy. And so you're giving it to yourself. You're giving it to yourself. What other sign does Aries need to watch? Scorpio. All right, Aries. So I would check out Scorpio's reading. Since I don't have the next sign called out in the chat, we'll just do it right now. How about that? How about that? We'll just do Scorpio right now. All right. We'll default Scorpio and do Scorpio next. I like that. Okay. Really good for you, Aries. I know Aries has had some really fucking rough reads the last few months, especially. So that really makes me happy to see that kind of energy come out for you. No matter how you get there, you know what I mean? If you get there, you get there, period. If you trust yourself, you trust your intention, then you get there. And that's what matters. You know, Spirit obviously has your back and is letting you prevail over something that you probably needed to get over for a very, very, very long time. Maybe even beyond this lifetime, right? Especially because we're getting the scorpionic energies. So good for you. You might want to pay attention to your 8th house sign as well. All right. Timestamp for Scorpio. Love that. 11:11. All right. Scorpionic energy. Spirit, please. What is going on for Scorpio in the month of September? Scorpionic energy, Scorpio placements, and the house that Scorpio rules for you. What is going on for Scorpio for September? What is going on with Scorpio for September? We got the sun. We got the sun. All right. That's great, because that means you are picking up something absolutely wondrous, right? In the world of D&D, which is where the deck of many things is from, the sun card represents getting a wondrous item as well as 50,000 experience. So not only are you gaining a fuck ton of experience, which is super positive for you because experience equals leveling up, right? But you're getting a wondrous item, which is a very rare and very magical item, you know, that in the real world could equate to a person. It could equate to a psychic gift or a divine gift, right? It's something that is so extremely beneficial to you and your journey that it could literally change your journey for the better. So getting the sun card from the deck of many things is huge. What's the clarifying energy for that, please, Spirit? My hand-drawn cards for that. What is the clarifying energy for the sun card for Scorpio? All right. We got the broken mind. Okay, so this is when you have an angel right in front of you, but you're perceiving them like they have motives, like they have an agenda. This is the narcissist card. Okay, it's essentially the narcissist card. When we have an angel right in front of us and start thinking they have motives and things like that, what's their deal? What's their reason for being interested in being a positive part of my life, right? We start to assume the worst of people. And we have the star on top, which means that might be healing. Okay. So you may or may not have realized or are realizing that maybe you are in a narcissistic frame of mind and that needs to shift, right? That needs to shift, that you can't look at everybody like they're out to take advantage of you or hurt you or betray you in some way. Like, there are genuinely beautiful souls in the world. We genuinely have earth angels that find us at the right time. And we are meant to trust our intuition. You know, we are meant to heal. The star is very Aquarian. So you may have significant Aquarius placements in your chart. You could have challenges, right? Being Scorpio with Aquarius placements, you could have those squares going on in your chart. And this is really about rising to that challenge and transcending in healing, right? Which is what Aquarius and Scorpio both represent, right? Scorpio representing transcendence and Aquarius truly representing healing and elevating to a higher vibration, right? A higher perspective, a higher mindset, and being able to give out what you truly want to receive and being in that light energy. So Scorpio, you may be going through a major reset yourself for September and letting go of some very toxic patterns that you maybe didn't even realize that you had. Okay. Especially if you do have an angel in your experience and you're trying to figure out what their end game is, or what their goals are, what their agenda is with you, when maybe there truly is none. Maybe there truly is none. So let's see what's going on. Insight, please, for Scorpio. What does September look like for Scorpionic energy? What is going on for Scorpio? Okay. Give me 3 more. This is something you don't see. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. Top of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles. All right. I hate when the camera doesn't focus. It's my biggest fucking peeve. Okay. I'm hearing someone's worth their weight in gold. With that Ten of Pentacles on the bottom, and here's the thing, you might be defending yourself against this person. Double sevens on the bottom, Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. It's like you're trying to keep the love out. Really look at that. Like, water is symbolic of love energy. And you see the water is trying to come in, right? All of this water is trying to reach you. And you can see the grimace on her face, like she hates the water, and is frustrated with the water. There's clouds in the background. The way I'm pulling the energy off this card, especially with the broken mind, you have an angel in your reality, Scorp. And you're super confused with the Seven of Cups. You're trying to keep the love out. You're trying to keep the love out because you've been through a lot. We have the Nine of Wands here. You've been through a lot. You got the scarecrow up, and that might be your energy, trying to scare off the bad ones, with the crows, trying to scare off the bad ones. The problem is you're also scaring off the doves. Like, yeah, nobody wants the crows, but, you're scaring off everything. And you've got someone here, another 7, right? You got someone here who is ready to harvest. Like, this person is ready to be pulled into nourishing. And you're missing it. The Four of Chalices, you're missing it. You're in the middle of your rainy day. blocking it out. Two of Swords was under that. You're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You genuinely do have a wondrous item, right? A wondrous person that would give you so much experience and so much healing. And you're just looking at them like, nah, you're a demon. You got a motive. There's something you're out. There's something you're out for. There's something you're after. Scorp, if that's the way your September is going to go, I think you're going to fucking botch it so hard. I think you're going to botch it so hard. Like, the cards are the cards. You know what I mean? They fly out of the deck. I don't pick them. This is your read. Yeah, we got the Fool in the reverse with the 9 of Pentacles. You're not sovereign, and you're not taking a leap of faith on sovereignty. Sovereignty meaning that other people's energy from your past is not affecting you and living rent-free inside your sacred vessel, inside your soul. You have other people's energy that are affecting your sovereignty, which is preventing you from moving forward. The Tower with the Death card in the reverse, that's your card. The Death card in reverse... You're missing the Tower. The Tower is an opportunity. I just got done making all the Tower cards for my tarot deck. The Tower is truly an opportunity to align your free will with divine will, and you're dropping the ball so hard. You're dropping the ball so hard. That Tower is a major fucking shakeup if you don't heal and get into your light, right? Ego death. Three of Wands with the Emperor. Like, the universe is asking you to move forward and take a chance on your feminine energy and what you want to receive from the experience, what you truly want to feel, and be in your high masculine energy. Something shakes the shit out of you. After the lunar eclipse, something shakes the shit out of you after the lunar eclipse. Because if you were refusing to heal and being stubborn, the universe just came in with fucking lightning and was like, absolutely not. One of the people that your energy is being siphoned off to, because the crows are here. The crows are here. And lightning strikes and the crows scatter, right? You go through a major revelation. I think you are wrapped up in a mirror with somebody that you should not have in your mirror. You should not be attached to them the way you are attached to them. It's distracting you bad. You've got crows. And the crows, right, in the harrow, the crows represent energy or people, a group of people or a single individual or a ringleader type person, you know, like big energy that volatilely rips away that which you love. It's a violent ripping away. And like, you don't even realize, I think you don't even realize how much this fucking distraction is preventing you from being open to what is genuinely meant for you. And I think once the Tower hits after the eclipse, it's after the 7th of September. Maybe even by mid-month, right? 13th, 16th, somewhere in there. Something rocks the shit out of you. Rocks the shit out of you, Scorp. When you realize that not changing caused a huge tower. And you have to move forward, and you're fucking wishing and praying. Like, she's wishing on a star. That's your feminine energy, right? That's your heart space. Loyal heart space. Wishing on a star. to be in your high masculine energy, that you can learn how to receive love and give love and be reciprocal. And something ignites it. We got the Ace of Wands with Temperance. So we got Aries energy, Uranian energy in reverse here. We've got your energy, Scorpionic energy. We've got Aries energy again with the Emperor. And Aries, they spun your sign. That's why I did your reading after Aries. We got Aries out here twice. And then we have Sag. Something is major inspiring for you with the Temperance energy. I feel like whatever this shift is, when you finally start alchemizing, it feels like spring. Almost like a whole new life inside of your lifetime. Because this represents like the Mayday pole. And there's that fiery, like, sprite or fairy energy there. It brings you out of the winter. It's thawing, right? It's thawing. The ice. This wondrous item, right? This wondrous person. Really and truly is wondrous. They literally create what feels like a spring in your life after coming out of a really long winter. What an incredible feeling, if you can imagine that and visualize that, feeling like you're in that vibration before life completely fucking tainted you, you know, going back to your original vibration. What is it that you don't see? The Lovers. The Lovers. There it is, the fucking doves. You can't make this shit up. That flipped upside down when I pulled all the cards and I left it there upside down, gave the read. That's the fucking card. Spirit, fucking incredible. Spirit's so incredible. Scorpio, you might have met your fucking match. You might have met your match, your true match, your high match. Your high match in September. You might be, if you're not meeting them in September, you are coming into the full-blown awareness of them in September. Like, this is who they are. This is who they are. There's no motive. You know what I mean? They're legit the angel, right? They're legit the angel in your reality, and you're trying to find a motive, and Spirit's like, stop. Heal that, please. Stop. Heal the broken heart. Look, it's one of the new cards I added. Heal the broken heart. Heal it. Call your feminine energy pieces back to you. Call your heart space back to you. You deserve to receive the best love there is. Don't push people away. Whatever the crows are in the way, wherever your head is at in the beginning of the month, some shit fucking goes down and happens. It is not that way in the second half of the month. In the second half of the month, you might feel so fucking betrayed by the exposing of the crows that you end up just completely fucking flipping a switch. Because like I said, someone is worth their weight in gold and is the ultimate manifestation, right? The Ten of Pentacles is the high manifestation of the coins. It's the 3D reality. It's the highest reality made manifest. Hey Rita, how you doing? What other sign does Scorpio need to watch? Sag. Came out in your cards. It's coming out. and your wheels spin. So whatever house that Sag rules, you really got to look at the placements that you have in there and what they represent and start doing some deep healing. All right, you got to start doing some deep healing. With that, we will do Saggy next. We'll do Sag next. All right. All right. Sagittarius. Get a good shuffle on these cards. I'm going to do a timestamp for Sag. All right, Saggy. My Sag gang. How y'all doing? You guys can feel free to put any signs that you'd like me to read in the chat. I've already done Aries and Scorpio. I'm on Sag now. You can call out any others that you'd like. Otherwise, I will just default to whatever I default to. What is going on for Sag, please, Spirit, for the month of September? What is going on for Sag? We got the Fool energy. We got the Fool energy. It means that there is some experience that's lost, and we need to draw another card. The Throne. So the Throne, this card gives you the right to a small keep or your own sanctuary. It also makes you extremely proficient in diplomacy and like certain things based around charisma. So, you know, you might lose some experience either to gain a keep, a small keep, right? And or that's what you're getting in replace of the experience. Scorpio, if you have like Sag in your 12th house, right? Because we just did Scorp's reading and then they spun Sag. Let's just say you have Sag in your 12th house. That's the house of fears. This would be what you're afraid of, right? You're going to be afraid of losing some experience and maybe that you're a fool letting someone into your personal space, right? Or letting someone into your home or your life, right? Or the metaphoric home, which is the self, letting someone in. So take a look at where Sag rules in your chart, Scorp. But for you, Sag, you may be getting cut out of a certain experience. Give me a clarifying energy. I got you on Gemini. Hey, hey, hey. What is the clarifying energy, please, for Sag? Then Cancer, Aqua, Taurus. All right, I got you. What is the clarifying energy for Sag, please? With the Fool and the Throne. The Distance. This is one of the new cards in my deck. And the distance could be literal, like physical distance. It could also be spiritual distance. That you and someone else are not actually in alignment because the energy is not the same, right? Which sucks because you know what, Sag? Especially if you are dealing with a Scorpio, like if you are missing out on an experience, and let's just say you're the wondrous item, because it definitely came out with their Ace of Wands, Mayday energy, like your energy, the Temperance card being the new spring. The reason why it's not working out is because where you are energetically, this person is not ready. They're just not ready. You know, like Someone's energy is higher than someone else's. The vibe's higher. Someone has actually healed more, you know, and it's probably you. It's probably you. We got the match on top. You might be too bright for someone's dark space, and they don't like looking in their shadows. They don't like admitting that they have demons. You know, Scorpio is dealing with narcissistic energy, and they probably don't even realize it, how narcissistic they actually are. So, you know, if you lose the experience and gain your crown, gain the throne, then what is there to complain about? You dodged a bullet then. You know what I mean? Then you dodged a bullet then. Like, let's call spades spades. If someone is a narcissistic energy and they don't actually see you for the wondrous energy that you are, the high masculine, right? The throne, the high masculine energy that you are, what you are capable of creating. And energetically, they're just too far away from where you are, where you're going. I mean, that's unfortunate for them. You know what I mean? But you haven't lost anything. You would have lost had you gone in that direction. You would have ended up hurt if they were in narcissistic energy like that. Looking at you like you have motives and like you're out for something. Like, fuck them then. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't lose out then. You and someone else, I think, are just energetically too far apart, which is a shame. I mean, for them, because obviously you've healed, you know what I mean? Like, you've healed where you need to be and where you need to go. What does this look like? September for Sag? What does this look like? September for Sag energy, Sag placements. Card that went flying. We got the 5 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Chalices in the reverse. Clarities, please. We got the Tower, Judgment, Scorpionic energy. You're dealing with a fucking Scrooge. The 4 of Pentacles, they're holding on to their money. They're holding on to their manifestation. They think you're an invader. Princess of Pentacles. And the 5 of Swords. You're like, fuck this. I'll walk away. I will walk away and never come back. Being treated like that, you're fucking magic. We got the Magician on the bottom. You're fucking magic. You are fucking magic. And the Queen of Swords. Yeah. You're like, I will be cold as fuck. I will be cold as fuck. I will use that good old fucking brain of mine and let my heart feel through, and if my heart is telling me to be cold as fuck towards somebody, then I'm going to be cold as fuck. Yeah, 5 of Wands and the Tower. That is an unexpected tete-a-tete. You're up against the ego of someone else. And I think the thing is, Sag, you are dropping the ego. You're like, I'm not holding on to this. I'm going to call judgment on it, right? I'm going to call judgment on it. They're resisting. They're battling me. They are not welcoming my energy in. They're being combative, right? They're competing against me. Instead of working with me, right? 6 of Wands, victory. They're in 5 of Wands, which is competition. Their ego against yours. They're trying to beat your desire with their desire, which is so silly. I think you bring the Tower, because Scorpio got hit with a Tower in the second week. You bring the Tower in the first week, and that's what I was talking about. Around that time of the lunar eclipse, you're like, dude, you bring the Tower, you're like, I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. I'm not going an uphill battle. Sag knows themselves. They're like, I'm not taking this uphill fucking battle with you. They're holding on to their money. They're holding on to their manifestation. They're judging you. They're judging you. And you're like, I'm the Ace of Pentacles, the Princess of Pentacles. I'm the fresh, solid beginning, the beautiful foundation. You might even be writing a very compassionate letter, right? A very compassionate message as the sun sets on whoever or whatever this individual is. And I feel like you're offering them a way back in, to be fair. I feel like you're offering a way back in. The thing is, they respond so fucking cold. Like, your kindness is a manipulation, and you're like, you know what? Fuck this. 5 of Swords. I'm out. Fuck you. Like, everything I do in kindness is a manipulation. Like, bye forever. Bye forever. Sag. When a Sag burns a bridge, right? When a Sag starts walking and takes the pain, right? Holding that 3 swords. Like, go ahead, keep your 2 swords. Keep your stagnant fucking mindset. Sag will walk with the pain and never forget. Never forget. Sag will never forget. You will not get a Sag back after you burn a fucking bridge like that. Sag, I think you're dodging a fucking bullet in September. I really do. And like, you're getting squared by this eclipse energy. You know, like it's in a complete and total fucking square to your sign. So like, yeah, you're getting met with fucking challenges. The thing is, if people aren't seeing the challenge that they need to rise to meet your energy, if they are failing to rise to the challenge, then they do not deserve the reward at the end. They don't then. They don't get the trophy. They don't get the medal. They don't get, you know, the accolades of whatever your energy would have brought to them. On a real note. Fuck them. I think you dodged a bullet. I think you dodged a bullet. Cold as fuck. Cold as fuck. Like, you thought I cared? You thought I cared after, you thought I was still going to care after you treated me like that and you judged me like that? Assumed the worst of me when I'm showing you my best? It's not that I never cared, it's that you killed it. You killed it, bitch. Like, that's what happens to feelings. Like, yeah, they're there and yeah, they're real, but damn, if you fucking kill it, you kill it. Sag will walk and show you that consequence. What happens when you kill beautiful energy? Sag will fucking show their ass like, fuck you. Fuck you. Thank you for letting me know I cared about the wrong person. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing your true fucking colors. That you would judge my kindness and my generosity of self and all that I would bring into your life out of the kindness of my own soul. You're going to judge me like I'm a manipulative piece of shit? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. So whoever, you know, especially if you are dealing with scorpionic energy, whoever they are, they're self-fulfilling prophecy. They have a narcissistic perspective and they're treating people who care about them like hell and pushing them away and then saying, see, I told you didn't care about me. It was easy for you to walk away. Well, when you're a fucking narcissistic asshole like that, yeah, you made it real easy. You made it real easy to walk away and stop caring. I'm sorry. Did I mention that I love myself? Did I mention that I love myself? Too much to fucking grieve the ghosts of bullshit's past. Like, yeah, I'll move on. I'll move on real fucking quick too. Thank you. Like, you showed me your true colors. Thank you. Bye. 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 Really? Good for you, Sag. You're walking away. You know your fucking worth. You know your worth. You're the king of chalices. You gave the most shit. The king of chalices is an emotionally intelligent, very intuitive, empathic masculine energy. That means you lead with your heart. You lead with caring and compassion. You lead with empathy. And this person gave you no reason to be in that energy. So you said, fine, you get none then. This is who I am. This is who I am. I will wear my heart on my sleeve and give my best. That's Sag's MO. I will give my absolute best. And if I'm not getting it back in return, and or I'm being fucking judged harshly because you got a fucked up perspective, your head's fucked up, your heart's fucked up, then you need to go fucking heal. We are not the same. We are distance apart in the energy. Sag is way too fucking high vibe for that. What other sign does Sag need to watch? Virgo, Sag. Watch Virgo. Because that South Node shit, something's getting erased, right? Depending on where you have Virgo in your chart. Like if you're a Sag rising, then you've got Virgo on your midhaven. Yeah, you got to look at your chart. You got to look at your own personal chart and figure out where Virgo is. For me personally, I have it on my IC line. That's my inner child wounds. So you know what? I will erase this bullshit and heal my inner child all fucking day. All fucking day. Like, yup, my inner child is not going to be fucking beat for some narcissistic piece of shit. Absolutely not. That is shit energy. That is shit energy. Someone could be absolutely perfect for you, but if they're in a narcissistic, broken ass frame of mind, absolutely not. Absolutely not. All that perfection goes right out the window, and you're like, I'm not beat. I'm not fucking beat. Good for you, Sag. Like, I will lose the experience. Thanks. I will lose the experience. You would have gained 50,000 experience. I just lost 10. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. Looks like you lost out more than I did. Like, no offense. The fuck? What the fuck? Sag, you dodging fucking bullets over here? Good for you, Sag. Sorry you got to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, it sucks to deal with that. I'm sorry you got to deal with that. But it's better it be gone, right? It's better it be gone and you see it for what it is than fucking deal with them. Who wants to deal with that? Who wants to deal with somebody who's looking at your best energy like you have some kind of fucking motive and they're trying to shoot it down all the time, trying to hold it at bay or trying to judge it or trying to make you feel like you're not treating them like they're special when you are. It's like, I'm sorry, you don't see that you're special and you don't feel deserving of positive light energy? Okay, it sounds like a fucking you problem. I'm not making it mine. I'm not making it mine. That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy. All right. Gemini. Then Cancer. Then Aquarius. Then Taurus. All right. And then we have Leo, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, Pisces remaining. And then Ophiuchus at the end. So Gemini, timestamp for Gemini. Let me get the timestamp up here. All right, Gem. What card above all others for ya? From our deck of many things. Gemini energy, Gemini placements, the house that Gemini rules for you. What is going on? With Gemini and energy for September? We got balance. That's an alignment shift. The balance card, whatever your alignment is, lawful becomes chaotic, good becomes evil, and vice versa. True neutral is unaffected. True neutral is unaffected. So if you were, let's just say, in your lawful good era, where you have bound yourself to empathy and swore love and light, blah, 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 you might absolutely fucking flip to chaotic evil and hop into your fucking craziest villain era. Your craziest villain era. Going from one extreme to the next. It wouldn't be so harsh if, let's just say, you were chaotic neutral and were just kind of like a chaos agent and then found yourself in lawful neutral energy. And you're like, I'm binding myself to a certain code, compass, moral, way of being, it would be a little bit different. But if you find yourself on one extreme, you might be flipping into the other, or at least at risk of it. At least at risk of it. Which, to be fair, me being a Sag, Gemini rules my 12th house. That's a fear of mine. I would hate, because I do see myself, and this is why it's important to know the house that it rules for you. Like, I would hate to see myself in my beautiful, chaotic, good energy become lawful evil, like the fucking devil. Like, I can't see myself going there. It's a fear of mine, right? 12th house fear. That people in the world would tip me over the fucking edge and I'd be in my villain era. What is the clarifying energy for Gemini? What is the clarifying energy for Gemini? I feel like I'm ahead of the energy, to be completely honest. Because whoever I was dealing with, I already cut it out. I already cut it out. We got fish. Came out in reverse. The fish is about diving deep for treasure. It's about going really deep, and fighting for the self as an authentic and sovereign individual, finding the treasure in the deep. So the fact that this came out in the reverse, if your alignment is flipping from good to evil, it's because you're not digging deep. You're not asking the why questions, right? You're not double checking your mirror. And you're pointing the finger and blaming instead of self-accounting, right? Instead of taking self-accountability. The fish is also very Piscean, right? And it's highly intuitive. You're not looking in the mirror. And then we got the forge on top. So yeah, definite reforging, Gem. Oof. You're reworking your metal. What happens, and maybe one of y'all can remind me, because I'm not entirely sure, so don't take my word on it, but in blacksmithing, when they don't quench the metal, doesn't it become like really brittle or something like that? Like it can crack easy if it doesn't quench right? Because I'm definitely getting that vibe. Like if you reforge yourself into something new, right? You could change alignment, but if you don't reforge yourself correctly, you're only going to shatter. If you don't do the deep inner work and figure out why, it doesn't matter what alignment you switch to, you will still repeat the same pattern. You can go from being an earth angel to a fucking earth demon, and vice versa, demon to angel, and you will just find yourself flip-flopping again later on if you don't do the deep work. You'll just find yourself going right back into that energy where you feel shattered and fragile. So this is a real call, Gem, to do the deep dig. Start asking yourself the why questions in your mirror. Why is this person in my mirror? Why is this person in my mirror? Insight, please. We got the Six of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. The Five of Wands and the Seven of Swords. We got the Empress card clarifying the Six of Pentacles. Ace of Wands reversed on the Eight of Wands. Two of Wands on the Five of Wands, and the Star on the Seven of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Chalices. Top of the deck is the Knight of Swords. I just heard Katy Perry's Black Horse. All right, Black Horse energy. All right, Jem. I feel that there's a lot of communication going on with the soulmate. However, the soulmate might not be romantic. And if it is, they're not your real soulmate. There's something that you looked at, like your highest soulmate, right? Your happily ever after. You visualize them like that, and you're holding on to the vision, but it's not the reality. The reality is you're settling and missing opportunities. Yeah, the Devil. Okay. I know the thought that I was just having when that train went off. I feel like Gem. When we start holding on to visualizations, when we start holding on to beautiful fantasies inside our mind, it's detrimental if the person's not in alignment and we didn't do the deep dig to see why they're in our mirror. Why are they there? Why are they in your mirror? What are they in your experience for? Especially if you are dealing with petty or argumentative or some kind of friction in the energy where you're both knowingly or unknowingly trying to control each other to get a certain outcome. You want the outcome that you visualized inside your head. If you pictured happily ever after, you're trying to manipulate somebody else to get happily ever after. You're trying to manipulate someone into being what it is that makes your happily ever after real. The reality is they are who they are, though. And they are not the person inside your fantasy. You might be picturing them physically, but their character in your fantasy is way different than their character in real life. They are not the person you're actually fantasizing and visualizing about. You have a soulmate in your life who you are like trying to come up like a dark horse, right? Like the black horse that comes up and ends up winning the race from behind. You want them to be the black horse, to come up and win the race from behind. People either have it in them or they don't. They either are the person in your visualizations or they are not. Or they are not. You are giving your best energy, your best energy. Six of Pentacles, Empress energy. You want someone to receive the best receiving they can from you. The issue is there's no fucking spark. There's no connection. The Ace of Wands in the reverse with the Eight of Wands, and you know it. They do not feel divinely connected to you in the same way. Whatever chemistry was once there is dead. It's gone. It's gone. Someone is giving the best I want you to feel good energy, and the reality is the spark is fucking gone. The Five of Wands with the Two of Wands, y'all are stuck fighting each other's egos, fighting for control. The lie to the self, the Seven of Swords, that's what has to fucking heal. You're going to flip alignment because you were blind to the reality? Like, that's something you got to reality check with yourself. You can't reforge yourself into something new and not quench right. You need that water. You need it. Gem. I've learned this all too fucking well. Being a Gemini 12th house with Chiron and Lilith in my 12th, I understand this all too well. And it opposes my Sag stellium in the 6th, which means when I don't heal that shit, when I am not aware of my mirror, I suffer in my reality profusely. My 6th house stellium takes a fucking beating. 6th house is the house of suffering and enslavement. Everyday routine and health. My health tanks inside my everyday life because I didn't fucking see the long game, because I didn't heal my mirror. I look inside my mirror for everything, because if I don't, I will fucking suffer. I will fucking suffer. Whatever house Gemini rules for you, whatever placements you have in there, I'm telling you right now, you are Gemini, the sign of the twins, the sign of the mirror, the sign of the separation of the self, masculine and feminine. You have to be so fucking in touch with your mirror to make progress, to make true progress. The same would go vice versa. If you've got like Gemini in the 6th house, that's your house of suffering. If you don't get your 12th house under control, you will martyr the shit out of yourself in your reality. Or martyr people who fall into that energy. Or martyr it into the ground. They will be suffering in your mirror. Because your demons are running fucking rampant in your 12th house. If it's in your 10th house, Gemini's your 10th house, you will absolutely sacrifice yourself in worst case scenarios. Your reputation will suffer. If you're not watching your mirrors. I feel with this energy, Gem, this is a huge fucking warning. Huge fucking warning. I mean, really, 6th house Gemini, you will sacrifice your everyday mirror, your routine. You will sacrifice it. Your everyday life will suffer because your demons are running rampant in the 12th. You haven't healed it yet. That's where the deep dig is, right? That's why we're talking 12th house. The fish is out here in reverse, which is 6th house, right? The opposite of the 12th house is the 6th house. You've got Gemini in the 6th house. If your demons are going fucking crazy, you will suffer in your reality because you cut everybody else in the mirror out. Crazy isolation. Your whole routine and day is going to be built around the fact that your demons were let loose. You're not going to have any fucking help, you know? Like, you're not going to have any fucking help. Your demons are loose. Into your psyche. Navigating your belief system. And crashing. And crashing your life. Crashing relationship dynamics. Sacrificing charity, like it's ruled by Virgo. She's a charitable energy. A vestigial virgin, pure energy. You will sacrifice pure energy. Sacrifice it because your demons are fucking running rampant in the 12th. You don't do the deep dig. You gotta look. You gotta look. What's your 12th house? What's your 12th house? What's your 6th house? This is what is coming up for you. Especially because Virgo and Pisces rule the 6th and the 12th. And just like Sag, Gemini is in complete and utter square to the eclipse going on. So you're getting hit with all kinds of challenges where Sag on one side is saying, fuck this, I'm out. Gemini, on the other hand, is receiving the fuck you. All of the lights, the beautiful lights in your life, the earth angels are going to be like, bye. They're going to peace out. The more you're in your fucking shadows, your earth angels are going to be out. They're like, yo, this is above my pay grade. This is above my pay grade. I might be an earth angel, but I'm just fucking human and I ain't fucking beat. I'm not beat. That's the other side of the polarity. That is the other side of the polarity. As a 12th house gem, yeah, I'm afraid that I push out my lights all the time. But the reality is I damn trust myself and I know how to navigate my mirror. I will not navigate my mirror. I will navigate it without fail. I will look at it without fail because I'm not fucking beat. Sag, I'll be out. Peace. Best to you. Best intentions of love and light. I wish you true happiness, but I'm out. You'll have to figure it out another way. So yeah. Like you gotta pay attention. You gotta pay attention, Gem. Whatever soulmate shit you're banking on, whatever soulmate shit you're banking on with your demons, putting all of this faith in your fucking demons, you are going to push out every light that enters your life for your highest good. You will push them all out. Knowing this is eclipse season and we already started having the first like partial solar eclipse of the season with that first new moon in Virgo that we just had, like this energy is already underway. You might have already started losing earth angels. You might have already started pushing them out, especially if they're fucking intuitive as hell. We've got Taurus Libra out here, Venusian energy, so you might want to check your Venus placement. And we've got the star card, which is Aquarian energy. You might want to pay attention to Aqua. What other sign for Gemini, please? Sag. Go back and watch Sag. I'm telling you, it's the other side of your polarity, Gem. Go back and watch Sag. Because that's... Oh, jeez. Jeez. It's not fucking fun watching your earth angels dip because I promise you Spirit will reveal that revelation to you later and you'll regret the shit out of it. You will regret the shit out of it. Letting your demons get the best of you. They're laughing their fucking asses off. They're laughing their asses off. Your demons got the better of you. They're laughing their fucking asses off like, got him. Look at them suffering. Look at them doing without. Look at them doing everything by themselves. Look at them on their own, pushing everybody away. Look at that. Ha ha ha. Like, your demons will fucking laugh at you. If you haven't been on to Navigating the Black Mirror, it's my second channel. I only post as I'm guided. It's all 12th house work there. I did a video to help people reclaim their inner child, to go find their inner child, to get off the path of fear and onto the path of love. And if you err towards narcissism or don't know if you do, I highly, highly recommend going to Navigating the Black Mirror and checking out that video, because it's intense and it will help you fucking reconnect with yourself. Because if you don't want to lose earth angels, if you don't want to fucking suffer through your life by yourself, feeling like you're by yourself, doing it alone, like you need to go get back in touch with your inner child. You need to remember who you were as a kid and the kind of love you needed, and stop pushing it away because it's familiar to not have it. Whoever you were when you were a kid, the kind of love you needed, the kind of attention you needed. If you didn't get it, you're still pushing that energy away because it's unfamiliar to have it. You've got to go find your inner child. Yeah, it's a great video. Thanks, Kristen. Yeah. You need to go get a hold of your inner child and walk that path of love and let yourself be loved the way you always deserve to be loved. You got to let that love in. You got to let that love in. All right. We're going to move on to Cancer, then Aqua, then Taurus. We still have Leo, Virgo, Libra, Capricorn, and Pisces that you guys can call out in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You can use it for anything you want. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I put it out there for. That's what I put it out there for. Capricorn, then Virgo, then Leo. All right. And then we have Libra and we have Pisces. All right. Timestamp for Cancer. Timestamp for Cancer. All right. Here we go. Spirit, please. What is going on? You're tired today? I got all kinds of fucking crazy energy today. I really do. After I'm done the live, I'm going to start rearranging my entire work setup back into my room for the fall and the winter, because it's going to be stink bug season soon, and I'm not dealing with that kind of shit out here trying to read. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm on a porch with windows and shit, but they get in here every fucking fall. They drive me insane. They distract the hell out of me. I'm not doing it while I'm trying to read. What is going on for Cancer? Cancerian energy, Cancer placements, the house that Cancer rules for you. What is going on with Cancer for the month of September? What is going on for Cancer in the month of September? The Void. The Void is a card that sends a character's soul to some other desolate location, leaving the body in a catatonic state, requiring the adventuring party to find a way to rescue the soul. Cancer. Cancer. Where's your soul at, Cancer? Where's your soul at, Cancer? What did you choose that you have turned into one of the soulless? Damn. Jupiter's in your sign too? Like, come on. What is the clarifying energy for Cancer? I'm hoping that's just you dealing with a soulless person, that you're just dealing with one and that's not your actual energy. Because it could be that way. It depends on what kind of alignment you're in. High vibe Cancer might be doing soul retrieval, trying to help somebody get their soul back, while low alignment Cancers may most definitely be in that soulless place. Their eyes are dark. There's no light there anymore. What is the clarifying energy for Cancer, please? With the void. What is the clarifying energy for Cancer? We got Cauldron on top. The Honor. The Honor. Okay. Cancer. You okay. Hear me out. With the void and the honor, right? The void, it does talk about the adventuring party, which is the other, people who do have souls in this world trying to help you retrieve your soul in some which way, shape, or form, whether they are actively in your life or have pulled away out of your life, right? You are in soul retrieval mode, whether it is for yourself or someone else. And I promise you, if you are trying to bring the light back to somebody else's eyes, you are failing to see how far away the light is in your own. Okay? The light's gone. You have people doing their damnedest to break this spell that you're under. And it's like a dream spell. It's like it's almost like you're lost in the illusion of a dream. And you really need to cut the dream. Whatever the dream is inside your head, the fantasy inside your head, you need to cut that dream out. Because it's a nightmare and you might not realize it. It's a nightmare. And you might not realize it. Like, you can have the most beautiful dream ever, the most beautiful interaction ever with someone. But if it's your toxic, abusive ex, it doesn't matter how beautiful the dream was, because it's with them, it's a nightmare. No matter how beautiful the dream is. Especially if you wake up missing that toxic ass ex and feel like you need to get a hold of them, call them, reconcile with them. Like, it's a dream. It's a dream. The reality is the reality, right? So whatever this is for you, you have to acknowledge the fact that you chasing after the healing of someone else's soul has completely depleted the light out of your own being. Completely lost in the void. Cancer. And we went through months and months and months of readings where Cancer was giving their best energy, and then having it be shit on, and still trying and giving their best energy. And now you have doubled down so fucking far to try and save somebody else that you have completely lost and sacrificed yourself. The light is gone, babe. The light is gone. You've got earth angels here in this world who are honoring your path, honoring your healing, whether they are by your side through it, trying to pull you out of it, or they have left your life because it's a reflection of how far away your energy is from the light. They're not going to let you snuff their light out or drag them down into the void trying to save you while you're trying to save somebody else. Your earth angels, your lights that honor you would drown. They're teaching you, leading by example. Stop trying to save people who don't want to be saved. Stop. They're leading by example. They're showing you how it's done. Stop. Cut it dry. Cut it off. The scissors are under that. Cut it off. This dream, this spell. Snip, snip. Snip, snip. Where's your fucking crown at? Where's your crown at? When's the last time you opened up your crown chakra and listened to spirit? What the fuck are you doing, Cancer? What the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, we know y'all got a big heart. Love can't save somebody else, though. You can't love somebody into their fucking healing. You can't love somebody's soul back into them. You can't. Not the kind of love that is self-sacrificing. Not the kind of love that is self-detrimental. The kind of love that honors truth. The kind of love that honors integrity. The kind of love that is in alignment with spirit. Now that can help somebody find their fucking soul, but sometimes that means cutting them off. Sometimes the truth is the truth. We're not in alignment. I need to cut you the fuck off. You are not the mirror that I want in my life. You are not the mirror that I want in my life. If you've got narcissists inside your mirror, you have cut the divine off. You are dealing with narcissists in your reality, especially if there's more than one. You have cut yourself off from the divine if you think you're going to save that soul. You have cut yourself off. You are not listening. Because I guarantee you, if you're dealing with narcissistic energy, you are suffering. And if you're suffering, you don't feel good. And if you don't feel good and you keep choosing it, you are shutting the divine out, because the divine would never, never guide you to suffer. You have shut the divine out. You are listening to your wounded ego. The void. The void. Cancer. Start making "not today, Satan" your fucking mantra. No, no, no. Not today. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not the next day. Not for the rest of this life. Not next life. Not in this time, space, dimension, or any other. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are trying to retrieve the soul of a soulless person. They are an NPC. They are an NPC. They don't have a soul you can retrieve. They're a part of your program of healing. Their soul, it's a figment of your fucking imagination. Hear the words coming out of my mouth. I love y'all, Cancer. I love y'all. But you are trying what is literally not, it's not attainable. It's not attainable. They're an NPC program. There is no soul to retrieve. You think there is, because in the mirror, it's your own. Your soul's lost in the void. You got to retrieve your own damn soul. You got to get the hell out of this, whatever it is, dream spell you're honoring. Oh, Cancer. I'm keeping it real. I hate that fucking energy for you. I fucking hate it. Yeah, not today, Satan, right? Saying it last night. Good, Rita. Keep saying it. I'm a Cancer moon too, and I'm a Cancer rising. So trust me when I say. Trust me when I say. I literally just checked into my own 12th house, was like, absolutely not. I cut somebody off way early. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I know September's going to be fucking nuts. I'm not blind. I'm not fucking blind. I don't need to get hit over the head. I don't need to fucking suffer to figure it out. The signs are there. The red flags are there. I'm good. I'm good. Call it like I see it. Done deal. Yeah, Cancer. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords. Oof. It's a fucking nightmare, man. She's being swarmed by bats. It's 12th house. You are being haunted by your fucking demons, dude. You're fucking demons. Magician in the reverse. You're trying to manipulate shit. You're trying to manipulate shit. The Magician in reverse is manipulative as hell. 5 of Pentacles, because you're afraid of losing everything. This is all material focused. All material focused. Princess of Wands in the reverse. You are refusing to reinvent yourself. Refusing outright. Clarities, please. Clarities, please, for Cancer. Yeah, you're holding on to the nightmare. 4 of Pentacles on that 9 of Swords. You are holding on to the nightmare like it's a fucking dream. You are chasing the dream. 10 of Wands. You are manifesting more burden. You are manifesting more burden, trying to manipulate shit. 8 of Chalices is in the reverse. This is your feminine energy, right? Where your masculine energy chooses to walk away from the sad feminine, the heart space that hurts, and the upright, where the mind chooses to walk away what's not fulfilling. It came out in the fucking reverse. You're choosing your feel like shit feelings. You're sticking to it. You're sticking to it. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune on the fucking Princess of Wands in the reverse. Spirit's about to bitch slap the fuck out of you. Oh my God. Oh my God. 7 of Pentacles is on the bottom. It's not enough. Princess of Swords is on the top. You're not fucking seeing. You've got your eye on the prize. You're not seeing the cold dead of fucking winter all around you. You've got your eye on some future, whatever, some future fucking dream that is, it's never going to come to reality, Cancer. It's never going to come. It's never going to come to be. It's a fucking dream. It's a fucking dream. It's not real. It is not real. It is not real. What are you doing? What are you doing? Jupiter, that's the Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter, wherever you've got Cancer in your chart, is going to fucking hit you, blessing in disguise. Because Jupiter, as beneficial as it can be, as benefic as it is truly neutral, because Jupiter will give you all kinds of blessings. Some of them are outright blessings and some of them are blessings in disguise. And they're fucking brutal. The blessings in disguise, you will find gratitude in the lesson later. You will see the blessing for what it was later. But right now, this is beyond the rabbit hole, Cancer. This is beyond the rabbit hole. You can't even see the light at the end of the tunnel. You don't know where you're going. You are lost in a maze of fucking tunnels. So deep. So deep. Because you're afraid of having nothing. You're afraid of being in a place where you have nothing. It's about what you have. You're sacrificing your peace. You're sacrificing your happiness. You're sacrificing your soul so that you can have things. So you can have things. Cancer, wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Cancer. Wake up. Wake up. This is the worst case of fucking La La Delulu land I have read in a hot minute. In a hot minute. This is Delulu as fuck. What are you doing? What other sign does Cancer have to watch? Libra. What do you have in Libra's house? What do you have in your Libran house? Because you got a major fucking problem. You got a major problem. Libra is attached to luxury and nice things. What do you have in your Libran house? Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Cancer, get it under control. Get it under control. Jeez. What a fucking nightmare. What a fucking nightmare. You are in my prayers, Cancer. You are in my prayers. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. All right. Moving into Aquarian energy. All right, Aqua. Spirit, please. Spirit, please. What is going on? What is going on with Aquarius, Aquarian energy, the house that Aquarius rules for you in the month of September? What is going on with Aqua? What is going on with Aqua? We got the Comet and we got the Throne. High masculine comes in as fast as it goes. Comet energy means you do get out of a sticky situation. You are able to get out of it. And you do have keep your sanctuary. You have your throne. If you're trying to persuade someone or be diplomatic in some way, trying to be reasonable in some way, you might sway them. But you're going to have to be in alignment for that. You're going to have to be in alignment for that. Especially if they're a high alignment individual, you know what I mean? Because you're not going to sway somebody who's in touch with themselves. But if you're in a low aligned energy and they're in low aligned energy, you might be able to persuade them. But this is high masculine energy that comes and goes as fast as it can. High masculine, right? High masculine is provider energy, no matter what kind of energetic currency they're providing, whether it's financial provision, emotional provision, psychological, spiritual provision, right? All these different things. They provide something crucial. They keep the peace. Right? We're talking about like a benefic person, but I'm feeling like it comes and goes so fast with that comet. In like a flash and out like a flash. What is the clarifying energy, please, for Aqua? What is the clarifying energy for Aqua? Mind you, you still have Pluto in your sign. It's going to be there for a while. It's still in the very, very early Aquarian degrees. It's at 1 degree right now. The distance. The distance. This came out for Sag as well. We got the mirror here on the top. Get the mirror in the top. I think this person is coming in like a flash, whether it's you or someone else. To try to blow you off the pedestal or vice versa. That could be your energy trying to blow your mirror off their pedestal, off their fucking high horse, out of their high energy, because you and somebody else are obviously misaligned, right? Energetically speaking. Someone is vibrating higher than the other, and whoever is vibrating lower, I feel, is trying to persuade the other person to come down to their energy level. I think whoever the high energy is out. Like, not only are they out, but you miss the opportunity, you know what I mean? Because comets only come around so often. Sometimes it takes decades for a comet to come back around. Sometimes it takes centuries for a comet to come back around. Some comets don't come back around at all, right? They're interstellar. They don't come back at all. So whoever this individual is, like, you're either in alignment or you're not. And Aqua, take it either way, right? If I'm talking to you, or it's in the reverse, right? And the roles are flipped, depending on your own alignment. But there is a high aligned energy who is in high masculine energy, able to provide what needs to be provided in the highest good, coming in like a comet and leaving as fast as they came in. Because the shadow needs to be fucking blown up. It needs to be reforged. You got to put yourself on a pedestal and learn how to put others on pedestals. Put the sweet life on a pedestal, right? Whatever broken heart you got going on, like, you need to grow. You need to bust out of the fucking darkness, right? The seed is under that. You're eclipsing your light out. The keyhole was under that. I'm hearing that song by Eminem. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow, because opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself. You better lose that fucking mirror. That shadow. You better lose the shadow. You better lose the shadow. What does this look like for Aqua? What does this look like for Aqua? What does September look like for Aquarian energy? We got Temperance, the Moon, and the Empress. That's major arcana. Aqua. We got Sag, Pisces, Taurus, Libra out here. It's Venusian, the Empress card. Give me one more and some clarities, please. And the Hierophant. Okay. Clarities. Temperance came out with the Ace of Wands. That came out in another reading. It might have been Scorpio. Temperance with the Ace of Wands. That exact combination came out. You have someone trying to spark alchemy within you, but the moon is Piscean. It's 12th house. Empress with the Princess of Swords. You might have your sights set on receiving something else. You're going to be asking for forgiveness. Someone is. We've got the Nine of Pentacles on bottom, needing to be sovereign. Queen of Chalices, because you have a great deal of emotion within you. The thing is, Aqua, because Aqua's not necessarily known for being, fluffy and romantic, typically. But the thing is, they're really genuinely romantic. Their emotions are super fucking deep. They're so real and so deep, and they shut them off. Aqua will shut it off, right? Aqua shuts their emotions down, because emotions, oh no, nothing good comes from that. And it's like, but you're not using them correctly to navigate situations correctly. If something doesn't feel right or something feels off, it's usually because something in the vibe is off. Something in the vibe is off then. If you're picking up on something that's just not right, then something is off in the energy. Then you have to figure out if it's yours or theirs. Is it something off in their energy that is putting you off? Or it is something off in your own energy that you're pushing them out or pushing them away or shutting them down, right? Sag energy is trying to spark a fire, trying to spark a new beginning, trying to light the ignition, right? Alchemy is trying to light the ignition, to jumpstart your energy. The thing is, your fire is buried in the 12th house. You might have some serious mommy issues. With the moon, look at your 12th house. You might have some serious fucking 12th house issues. What do you have in there? What placements are in your 12th house? Just like the moon is the mother, Saturn is the father, Mercury is money issues, Uranus is perspective issues, Venus is love or money issues, like Mars is passion issues, volatile issues, suppressed anger, fear of violence, like all of that stuff. Afraid to take action. It's cowardice if you've got Mars in the fucking 12th house. Be cowardice. You got to figure out what is going on with the moon there. What is going on with your moon sign? What are the challenges there that are keeping you torn between the path you should take and the path you are taking? The Queen of Chalice is on top. You have such beautiful capacity to love, Aqua. You do. You have such a beautiful capacity to love. But you're sovereign. You're single and you're working hard and you're working hard and you're working hard at whatever it is you're doing. And you've got the mirror, a high mirror in front of you with the Lover's card, who's trying to communicate with you, who's written or wrote something to you. High feminine energy. The sun's setting on it. Because you have this mentality, right? That you have all of this abundance of whatever it is. Money, wealth, whatever it is, family. You have an abundance of something that you feel like you're giving to a beggar. You could not be more wrong with the Tower. It's your emotional fulfillment. It's your emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. The highest manifestation there is. King of Chalices. Emotionally intelligent individual. Psychically intelligent person. And you're choosing to walk. That's the judgment you're making because you're keeping love out. You're keeping love out. You're blocking the soulmate out. The Four of Wands, high counterpart. Whatever it is you visualize in your highest good, whatever your best partner looks like, in your happiest visualization that you can make, when you picture yourself happy and full and thriving and grateful for life in your highest good, what you picture, that's the soulmate you're putting out. You're like, nah, there must be someone else. There must be someone else. It's like you're looking right past them. It's like you're looking right past them. This is a magical person. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is magic. She can manifest anything. She can manifest anything, the Queen of Wands. Whatever she desires, she receives. And when you are in connection with someone who's of that energy, where you marry yourself to that energy, and they start desiring what you desire, like they will make it all happen. Like that's the thing. That's the thing. You got a high aligned individual and a low aligned individual in this reading. And where you fall, Aqua, that is up to you. That is up to you to decide where it is you fall on the high end or the low end. But the high masculine energy is coming and going like a flash. It's not going to stick around. because it's manifesting what it desires, right? It's manifesting what it desires, whatever it desires. And either it lines up and adds up to what they desire, or it doesn't. It's like it's got to check all the boxes. The Queen of Wands is not going to settle for unchecked boxes. Cold and distant. If that's the energy that you're in, cold and distant, I don't think that's a check mark that they're gonna have on their list. Yeah, I want someone who's cold and distant. You know what I mean? Hey, Kiki Law, how you doing? Oof. Dip into that energy, Aqua. Like, this is the moment. The moment you own it, you're going to never let it go. You will never let it go. The moment you own it, you will never let it go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. A comet is coming through. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You can align with it, or it's going to pass you by. It's beautiful. Comets, they're very ominous foretellings. Some cultures look at it like it is an absolute, like not so good omen. And others look at comets like huge moments of change and revelation and auspicious energy, luck energy. You got to figure out what wavelength you're on with the comet. Because whatever you're dealing with, whatever is giving you issues in life, the comet single-handedly prevails over it. So whatever this individual energy is, this throne energy, they deserve to have a crown on their head. I'm telling you right now, they do. They deserve to have the crown put on their head. They deserve to rule side by side with you. If this is a person, they deserve to be side by side with you. You will be grateful that they are by your side. Grateful. Or they'll pass. Or they'll pass and they'll keep going. Because like I said, they are married to a belief that they can manifest whatever it is that they desire. And they're not settling. This is an energy who is not settling. And to be fair, Aqua, I don't feel like it's your energy. I don't. I would tell you if I did. It does not feel like your energy. It feels like you have a comet coming in. A beautiful, auspicious person that would help you prevail over whatever it is you need to prevail over. But you might actually need to ride on their tail, like their energy tail. You might need to get caught up in their stardust. You might need to get caught up in their cosmic stardust and see where they could take you. See where they could take you. Because that interstellar energy that's come and go, like in the system, out the system, like they could get you out the system. The Matrix, they could totally blow your fucking mind where they could take you. They could totally blow your fucking mind. But you've got to be willing to ride that wave and see where they take you. And treat them like an equal, right? Ruling beside you. That's important. Because this person, their energy, whoever this is, they're alchemical, they're intuitive, and they are a master receiver. A master receiver with the divine Empress, Hierophant. Like, this is big energy. This is real big energy. It's a master of feminine energy. I've got 3 queens out of 4, and I've got the Empress. Huge feminine energy. Temperance is a fucking earth angel. Temperance is an earth angel. Look at traditional Rider-Waite. Temperance is an earth angel. They will fucking heal your soul. They will heal your soul. What other sign does Aqua need to watch? Gemini. Go back and watch Gemini, Aqua. because Uranus is your ruling planet. It is in Gemini, and it's going to retrograde. It's going to go back into Taurus. And by the time Uranus goes forward back into Gemini to trine your sign, to trine Pluto and give you this great, profound, revelatory change. Huge transformations when you have Uranus in Gemini, where you have this revelation of a mirror that brings great and profound change in trine with Pluto, who could change your whole fucking life, change your whole vibration, change everything you're manifesting for the better, or you can lose them and it could turn out for the worst. Pluto knows no limits. You don't even know how good it can get. You don't even fucking know. But once it clicks back into Taurus and goes forward again, the comet's gone. Comet's gone. All right. Comet's gone. You'll be asking for forgiveness. You'll be asking for forgiveness. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Your life is within your control, Aqua. You can be in that comet energy. You can ride it with that comet person. You can choose it for yourself of your own free will to divinely align. Or not. Or not. So we're going to move into Taurus, then Cap, then Virgo, then Leo, and then I still have Libra and Pisces you guys can pick from, and then we're doing Ophiuchus at the end. Timestamp for Taurus. All right, Taurus. Let's see what is going on with Taurian energy, Taurian placements, the house that Taurus rules for you. What is going on with Taurus, please, for the month of September? What is going on with Taurus, please? We got the Star. This star represents an upgrade. It represents a healing in a very real way. So you could actually heal a physical ailment. You could heal a financial situation. You could heal your ability to take in information, right? Your intelligence can go up. Your wisdom can go up. Being able to apply wisdom. You can gain charisma, right? There are certain things that you gain. Your ability to talk to people might improve. Your strength might improve. But the star represents an upgrade, right? In D&D, it represents a +2. It's the ability score, which is a big deal. That's an upgrade. What is the energy that further clarifies the star, please? Further clarify the star, please. For Taurus. Yeah, the star is a blessing. We got the Seed and the Tombstone. These are 2 cards that I drew last night. Rest in peace to the old self and loving memory. The seed of something new. A new version of you. We love who we were because it got us to where we are. But it can't go with us where we're going. This is the beginning of a new you. This is the beginning of a new you. The honor is on top. You might be connecting with someone in soul. I honor you and you honor me. I honor you and you honor me. Whoever you were before September, Taurus. And if you have Taurus placements, apply it to the placement that you have in Taurus. Because whatever it was, you got to remember who you were and love who you were, because it got you to where you are. But where you're going, where you are, can't go with you. Especially if you're walking hand in hand with someone now. Right? Yeah, you're getting away from the old self. High speed, right? Getting away from the old self and running to the you're running to the starting line. The dawn. The dawn after a broken heart. Running towards the dawn. Running towards the new self as fast as you can. Because the old self, like I said, it was important to get you where you are. But it's not where you're going. It's not what you're meant to receive. It was a stepping stone, right? Your old self was a stepping stone. Who you are in August is not who you are going to be by the end of September. And if you're like me and you're a Taurus North Node, then this is the kind of destiny stuff. This is the destiny kind of stuff. Where who you were is no longer where you're going. Like I had this conversation with a friend of mine. You know, like I love my solitude. And I brought it up in another read that we did this week. Like I love my solitude. My solitary refinement period. I've been in it for about 3.5, almost 4 years now, and it's been amazing. But as much as I love my solitude, as much as I love being just in my own energy and not worrying about anybody else, I love the idea of being in that mutually receptive connection, that life partner vibration, that kind of high connection even more. I can't take my solitude with me. Who I was in that solitude was beautiful. I discovered self. It was amazing. But that part of who I am is done. I'm looking towards the next, whatever it is. I'm putting myself in alignment with exactly this, right? High honor energy. High honor. I honor you and you honor me energy. What this means for you. You got to check the house that Taurus rules for you. Check where your Venus placement is. What rules your second house? This is where you have to move forward from, especially if you've got like wounds in any of those houses. Your Venus house, your second house, your Taurus house. Like this is where you let go of the wounds. Let's see what is going on. What does this look like for Taurus, please, Spirit? For the month of September, what is going on with Taurus, Taurus energy, Taurus placements, the house that Taurus rules, what is going on? We've got the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. Clarities, please. The truth is the Ten of Pentacles. The truth is it's the highest manifestation. And whatever you're desiring to manifest, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, you're waiting for it. Where you're at is not enough. You're desiring more. You do desire more. Like that's the truth. You're getting pings about a Queen of Chalices. someone who deserves emotional integrity, loyalty, someone who honors, right? That's the heart space that honors right there. And the King of Pentacles is on the 4 of coin. Yeah, you've got to hold on to your high manifestation. King of Swords is on the bottom. 3 of Swords is on top. You've got to move forward from the cold and analytical mind. Because the cold and analytical mind doesn't consider your emotions, and you've got to move away from that kind of energy where you're not considering what it is you want, how you want to feel. Being at odds with yourself. Wishing on a star, right? Wishing on a star. Feeling like your prayers don't get answered. Like, thing about, wishing on a star and praying is it requires action. It doesn't just fucking happen. Sometimes it develops. The wish shows up and you don't even realize that's what it is. I feel like if you let your mind get in the way, okay? If you let your mind get in the way, I think you'd miss the truth. The truth is there is a 10 of Pentacles energy around in the first week. Like, the truth is the truth is the truth with a capital T. That Ace of Swords, that is divine truth, high truth. It doesn't matter what you think the truth is or what you're guessing the truth is. The truth is the truth. It is a 10 of Pentacles, high manifestation, ultimate manifestation, a completion that offers a new beginning, right? 10s are the completions of the old cycle. The old cycle is over and the new beginning is starting. This is a whole new book inside your life. New characters, new energy. The 7 of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands. Whatever you desire, right? That Queen of Wands, whatever you desire, it's right there. It's right there and it's ready for you to pick it. It's ready. It's giving Empress energy with the 7 of Pentacles because she's for preggers, which, can be metaphorical. It might not actually be a pregnant person. It could be someone who has children. It doesn't even have to be female, but they're ready, right? To birth a whole new self. You know what you want. I think a part of you is ready to burst. Like, a part of you wants the new self, wants it. And you're getting pings, right? The 8 of Wands is the messages from spirit. You're getting the pings. You're getting those communications, right? The hawk has the note with the red thread tied to its ankle, its leg right there. The masculine energy within the self, the mind, needs to receive that divine communication and welcome in the energy, welcome in the message from spirit that it's getting. This is the Queen of Chalices energy, someone who fucking loves you. The Queen of Chalices is scorpionic energy. It's I am yours and you are mine, and that will never change. That is love that doesn't change. Even if circumstances change, right? Even if circumstances change. Like, I know, like Scorpio Venus, like I get that 100% because I can love someone and cut them off if I have to. But the love doesn't go anywhere. The love doesn't go anywhere. The love is always there. The care is always there. That's Queen of Chalices energy. The love doesn't go anywhere. It's just, do you decide to keep it in your reality or not? The 4 of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles, you might just be at risk of holding on to your reality the way that it is. You might just want to consider holding on to your reality the way that it is. Holding on to the old self. When the seed is trying to break the surface, right? I don't know, Taurus. I think if you've got that love energy present, that's the way to go. That's where your intuition, the divine, is pinging you. That's where the divine is pinging you to move in that direction. You might be in pain right now and trying to reason certain things. But if you care about somebody, I would reach out, because the truth is the truth. If you want to give somebody everything and you're ready to birth this new self, then don't be afraid of failing. Then don't be afraid of failing. At some point, Uranus is going to retrograde back into your sign. It might come like a lightning bolt. But you can feel it. It's like you could feel it coming. Because if your heart is genuinely pulling you in a direction to receive love, then you got to let the old reality of yourself go. If who you were was afraid, if who you were was afraid of failing and didn't want to take a chance and reasoned your way out of it, all the logistics, all the reality of it all, it's too scary, it's too hard, it's too whatever, it's too complicated. Like you've got to take all the logistics out of it, and you got to trust in timing and trust it. Where there is a will, there's a way, and if it's in alignment, it's in alignment, and the universe works out the details. The universe works out the details. The who, the what, the where, the when, the how, the universe figures out all that. You just got to trust the steps that you're being guided to take to receive love, right? To receive love. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of failing. Take the steps. Take the steps, Taurus. Taurian shadow is lazy and they could sleep on the spiritual job. Be the endurance instead. Be the stability instead, the person you can rely on instead. Be that energy, the light of Taurian energy. Be the one that you can rely on to bring in what it is that you want to receive. Tell yourself that you can endure through incredible conditions in order to achieve whatever it is that you have set as a goal. Hey Lala, how you doing? Yeah, Taurus, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in your strength. You got to believe in your strength. What other sign does Taurus need to watch? All of them. Taurus, watch all of them. I'm telling you, if you know what your rising sign is and you watch all the houses and you know your placements and what is in there, and you could start connecting the dots and putting the pieces together. This is a roadmap, right? Tarot, astrology, it's all a roadmap to receiving the highest self, to receiving nirvana, samadhi, right? To receiving what it feels like to experience heaven on earth. You just got to be able to read it. You just got to be able to connect the dots. Don't feed yourself pieces and think you got the whole picture. Watch all the signs. Pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in your energy, because all the answers are there. You just got to be willing to see the answers, right? For every solution there is, or for every problem, there is a solution. For every wound, there is a healing. For every hellish path you've gone down, there is one that is super bright, super love and light. You can walk the path of fear, or you can walk the path of love, and that is up to you. All right, Taurus. Don't be afraid of failing. Trust yourself. Trust what you want to receive. Trust what you want to receive. Just fucking go for it. Just fucking go for it. Go all in. Go all in. Go all in. No risk, no reward. All right. We're going to get into Capricorn, then Virgo, then Leo, and then you guys can choose either Libra or Pisces after that. Timestamp for Capricorn. All right, Cappy. What's going on? Spirit. What insight do we need for Capricorn? Capricorn placements, Capricorn energy. The house that Capricorn rules for you. What is going on with Cap? Rogue. Rogue. You've got an NPC parading around like a player in the game. Not only are they parading around like your friend, but this NPC is actually hostile. They do not like you, and they're out to sabotage you. This is an enemy. The rogue is an enemy seeking to steal from you, whether they're stealing experience or stealing outright. You've got a rogue out here. Okay. What is the clarifying energy? Ooh, that came right out. Yeah, the angel in the reverse. They're claiming innocence, but they are not innocent. Or they are a fallen angel. They once were an angel, but they lost their soul along the way in the darkness. They used to be a player in the game. They used to be real, but they lost their soul along the way. This is someone who lost their light. So like Cap, if you're a real player in the game and like you know you've got that spark, you know you have that soul light, you can feel the residual energy of when they had their light. You recognize them as another soul-filled person, but the reality is they lost their soul along the way. They took on too much damage or too much trauma, and they don't have their light anymore. Which, to be fair, the opposite of Capricorn is Cancer, and Cancer went completely fucking soulless for September. So I'm not surprised that energy is coming out here for you. You're dealing with someone who used to have a soul, but doesn't anymore. They took on too much trauma or too much pain and lost their soul along the way, and they have not gone out to retrieve it yet. The angel could also be, I'm pulling on Neptunian energy. Because Neptune is Pisces, and Pisces rules the sign of fears and dreams. It's also angels versus demons, right? Angels versus devils, light versus shadow. If you're Cap rising, or you have Capricorn placements, like in your first house, You might not realize that this is your energy. You had an NPC rob you, right? Steal from you your soul light. What does this look like for Capricorn? Six of Pentacles in the reverse, unwilling to give. The Sun card. With the Devil card. And the Knight of Wands. I was going to say the Sun in this deck, like it's the stag head with the man's body, and it reminded me of Baphomet. And then the Devil came out after, and I was like, yep. Yep. Clarities, please. Got the Star card. Yeah, you need to heal your ability to give. You're afraid to give. Sun with the King of Pentacles, focused on money, focused on power. Princess of Wands, Four of Pentacles. Empress, King of Swords, Eight of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Chalices. This is a fortunate, lucky wish. That is a lucky wish being granted. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings. Right? New beginnings. I feel that you're well aware. You are well aware of who attempted to steal your light, right? You're aware of who attempted to see your light. Or steal it. Sorry, did I say see it? I meant steal it. You're aware. You got your light back, right? And you know whoever it was that tried to steal it away from you. They're probably still lingering in your energy in some way. Especially if it's in like your 12th house, your psyche, things you don't talk about, but things you think about, or people you dream about, they might still show up in your dreams. And I feel like the entanglement that you had with them, I feel like you never got the closure you wanted. Like you might have some kind of closure with the cycle, but it's not the closure you wanted. It's not the way you wanted it to end. And now you're holding on to the wound because it didn't close the way you wanted. It didn't end on the terms that you wanted. Especially if someone just straight up was like out one day. Broke up with you in like a text message or a phone call and didn't even give you the courtesy of talking to you face to face. They just ghosted one day. Just changed one day. And they weren't the person that you were so drawn to before. And it's like you're holding on to the memory of when it was great, but you're also stuck on the feeling of being left and ghosted. And that combination of remembering what was beautiful and being ghosted is lingering. So you're afraid to let things be beautiful because you're afraid you're going to get ghosted again. You know what I mean? That's the devil attachment. You're afraid to let new in. Because you're holding on to the wounds. I've been saying it all week, like you can't grieve the ghosts of your past that did you wrong. You can't. It's an attack on the self. To grieve the people who have hurt you or did you wrong, did you dirty in some way, to grieve the loss of them is an attack on the self. Why are you grieving someone who mistreated you, abused you, hurt you, used you, or didn't see your value in some way, who didn't reciprocate it or appreciate it in some way? You can't grieve the people who hurt you and mistreat you. It's an attack on the self. The Knight of Wands with the Empress and the King of Swords and the Eight of Wands. You have to know your worth and be able to move forward like a fire is under your ass. Like, I know my worth. I know what I deserve to receive, and be very matter of fact about it. Cold and cutting, right? I know what I deserve to receive, Empress, and be cold and cutting, King of Swords, when it comes to the past. You know you're being pulled to move forward. You know you're being pinged to move forward. You're getting messages from Spirit to let it go because it's not serving you. It's not serving you. You've got a lucky wish around, right? The Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This is a happy family situation. And a ladybug, right? The Wheel of Fortune's under that. Jupiter energy, Sag, Pisces energy. With the Ace of Pentacles. You got a wonderful beginning present. Happy family energy. And being hung up on your past. People who would try and steal your soul light. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. They were a rogue parading around like a friend of yours, like a friend in soul, someone you cared about deeply. Parading around like they were an angel in your life, and they were not that. They were a soulless person. They were a soulless person. They were an angel once, but they lost their soul along the way. They took on way too much trauma, way too much pain. Their soul's not there anymore. They abandoned soul. So yeah, you recognize them, and you can read that energy signature of when their soul was there. It's like seeing the potential in someone. When you fall for someone and you see their potential, and you try so hard to bring their potential back, it's because you remember where their soul used to be. When they were in touch with their beautiful light, you remember who that was. You can pick up on that energy because you still have your soul. Or at least you did at the time, right? That you interacted with this person. But because this person is soulless, they're trying to take soul from other people. They're trying to fill themselves up with the soul of other people. And if you're not aware, you will lose your light to people like this. They become voids, like black holes. They suck in the light of others and it disappears. And it disappears. They're black holes. You saw the beautiful potential in someone because they used to be a player in the game, but they went through too much trauma. They went through too much pain. They didn't do the healing work to get their soul back, to get their light back. And they tried to take yours. And you got to recognize it for what it is. Pray for them. Wish them nothing but the best. Hope that they find their soul again so that they're not hurting beautiful people, earth angels in their life like you. Pray for them, but do not get hung up on them and do not grieve them when they're gone. The potential is just a memory of who they were before the damage took place. You see their potential because their soul used to be there. It used to be there. It's not anymore. It wasn't there when you dealt with them. It's not there now. If you're dealing with them now, it's not there. You chasing and trying to get their soul back, it's not possible. Their soul is lost in the void. It's somewhere else. They left their soul with someone else who wounded them. And you can't do the same thing. You can't leave your soul with this person and be a soulless person. You can't do it. You just end up hurting someone else who has a soul and sees your potential because you used to have soul just like they do. That pattern will continue and ripple. It has to stop with you. You got to reclaim your own soul, reclaim your own light, and just pray for them. Because they obviously went through a lot and they may or may not heal in this lifetime. Okay? They may or may not heal in this lifetime. That's a big deal. What other sign does Capricorn need to watch? Aries. Watch Aries, Cap, especially because Saturn is retrograding out of Aries and into Pisces as of September 1st. And it's going to head back that way. So this is like a reflect for you, right? While Saturn is back in Pisces, this is a big reflect for you with your planet being in there. Okay? Aries. Pay attention to the house that Aries rules. And maybe where your Mars placement is. Okay? In your chart. We're going to move on to Virgo. I got Pisces, then Libra. And then Ophiuchus. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of things healing with Chiron being in Aries. A lot of self-healing, especially because it's at the end of the road of Aries. It's going to be moving into Taurus. It's at the very end. Still has some decent time in there, but it's at the very end. Chiron runs in 5 to 8 year cycles, depending on where it is in its ecliptic orbit. All right. Virgo. All right, Virgo. Spirit, please. What is going on with Virgo? Virgo energy, Virgo placements. The house that Virgo rules for you. What is going on with Virgo energy? Especially because we have, like I said, this huge full moon eclipse in Pisces opposing your sign. And then we have the final partial solar eclipse, right? The second new moon in Virgo happening at the very end of your sign. What is going on? Spirit, please, with Virgo energy for September. Huge month. Anybody could take this as a collective message for that matter. We got the Jester. So the Jester gains a lot of experience and needs to draw 2 more cards. Okay. So a lot of experience. What is going on with Virgo? Let's give us 2 more cards, please. We've got the Throne. And what else? Give us 1 more. And the Void. Okay, Virgo, you got to figure out which way you're going. Are you going to sit on that throne or are you going to go into the void? Because the throne gains diplomacy, gains the gift of persuasion, is able to communicate well, and gains a home or a keep or a safe haven, right? A place of sanctuary. The void is a soulless place. The void is the soulless place. The card sends the character's soul to some other desolate location, leaving the body in a catatonic state, requiring the adventuring party to find a way to rescue the soul. You're going to gain a lot of experience. Virgo, make sure if this is a combination of cards, like you'll learn a lot. The Fool gains experience, right? You'll learn a lot. But if you're chasing after power, and control, you might find yourself in that very soulless place. Don't chase power and control. The best way to achieve power, the best way to achieve control truly is to surrender to the divine and align your free will with divine will. That's the only way. That is the only way. Spirit, further clarify this energy for me, please. Further clarify this energy for me, please, for Virgo. Virgo energy, Virgo placements. Virgo's house. What other energy, please, clarify it for me. Got Chiron. The key is on top. The key goes to the keyhole, right? The key goes to the keyhole. On the other side of the door, when you open the door, it's an open and flowing heart chakra. Okay? But you have to heal Chiron to obtain the key. That's how you get on the other side of the door, right? To the open and flowing heart chakra. I was just pinged to Melchizedek. You might want to look up Melchizedek. Let me know. Virgo. I'm just going to fucking read it for you. I was just pulled to a certain card. Yep, and it's the second card to the bottom. It's right there. Archangel Melchizedek and Selenite. Card number 4. What was the other card? The mushroom. It was in the reverse. It's fucking poison. Okay. We're going to read this real quick for you, Virgo. Don't tell the other signs. I didn't pull them any extra fucking cards like this. But Spirit pings me for a reason. I don't argue with Spirit. Melchizedek, it's divine perfection. It's kind of perfect for you, right? It says, we bring you the gift of divine perfection. As you receive our gift, you will feel a wave of peace move through your heart and mind. You will know you are exactly as you are divinely designed to be, that your life is proceeding in perfect timing and that all is well. If there has been a matter causing you concern, allow us to bless that situation with the peaceful grace of the divine now. You shall receive the perfect resolution of that matter in accordance with unconditional love. There is no need to judge yourself for any decision or choice you have ever made. Forgive yourself and others now. There are so many blessings for you to receive and no need for you to hold on to anything out of fear, shame, guilt, or regret. Feel yourself as you surrender into the realization of divine perfection. As you grow on your spiritual path, you will eventually become aware of a paradox, two apparently conflicting truths, both of which you resonate with at a deeper level. This can cause some temporary confusion until you realize they do not conflict, but actually support each other. On one hand, you will be seeking growth and development. You will want to fulfill your divine potential and manifest your life purpose, sacred mission, and divine destiny. This is the path of evolution where you are willing to learn and grow through your experiences. You will feel as though you are leaving your old self behind and becoming a new version of yourself, more aligned with your inner spiritual nature and life purpose. This process may occur many times throughout the course of your lifetime. In earth medicine, the snake is considered a symbol of transformation because it sheds its skin that's no longer needed and emerges anew. You will feel that this happens symbolically as you grow spiritually. Through that process of transformation, you become an increasingly radiant, embodied divine being. It is similar to the acorn becoming a mighty oak tree, or the caterpillar eventually emerging as an exquisite butterfly. It is the fulfillment of your innate spiritual blueprint, and it happens as you experience change, growth, healing, and transformation. However, there is a second truth on the spiritual path that applies to all beings, even those gifted with the ability to transform themselves. This second truth is perfection. There is nothing to do, no change to go through, no healing that needs to take place, because in the inner truth of your nature, you are already divine, whole, and perfect. Where evolution is based on the principle of progress, perfection is based on the principle of divine wholeness, which has always been and always shall be complete. According to the truth of perfection, there is nothing to fight and nothing to resist. Only the miracle of love's creation to witness in all its wild beauty and deep mystery. So does this mean you should not attempt to evolve, that you should give up on your personal growth and spiritual development work and simply be as you are in utter bliss? Actually, you are here to live the divine paradox of both of these truths. Use the inner knowing of the divine wholeness of you to bring you peace as you evolve and grow on your divine path. Evolution is ultimately part of the perfection of the divine plan. As you grow, you become more able to realize the perfection of your innate spiritual nature. If you forget about the underlying perfection, you may unnecessarily feel panic, overwhelm, fatigue, even depression and despair when you hit a challenge on your personal journey. You may worry that you are failing, running out of time, or doing something wrong. You may forget that you are a divine being taking a journey and instead become unnecessarily worried. You are encouraged to grow and transform to the best of your ability, whilst also feeling a restful peace deep inside that sustains you with trust, comfort, and reassurance that all of life, including you, is held in the grace of divine perfection. There is a part of your body, personality, or mind that is bothering you, or a situation in your life that seems to be broken, or that you fear is out of alignment with divine will. Take comfort in the message from this oracle for you now. What is happening is all part of the divine plan, including the things you might think are not particularly spiritual or are just silly or foolish. As part of the plan for all of life includes the expression of divine perfection, so too shall whatever growth, healing, or evolution is required be part of the experience for whatever is bothering you. If that is not happening yet, or at least you can't see that it is happening yet, do the healing process and trust. Divine perfection is without exception. Absolutely all of life, creation, and experience shall be blessed by this grace. Divine perfection. We are innately perfect. We are innately divine and whole and light. We forget this truth, which is why we grow, but we're growing back into that very place. It's okay to grow. It's okay to evolve. It's necessary to remember who you truly are, your spirit. You are not your name. You are not your body. You are not your job. You are not your labels. You are spirit. And you're just healing back to that truth. You're just healing back to that truth. Archangel Melchizedek, Ascended Master, sometimes is called an Ascended Master. Melchizedek is rumored to be the one who taught Christ, that he was Christ's teacher when Jesus disappeared into the desert. It was Melchizedek who taught Christ the way, who showed Jesus Christ that he was part of the divine and that the divine was not separate from him. That's Melchizedek. It says, I call upon Archangel Melchizedek, who loves me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing gift of perfection. May all beings find comfort in the inner truth of their divine perfection. May divine love discover itself in all beings, awakening to a realization of eternal peace and divine perfection. May there be comfort and peace in the hearts of all beings through divine mercy and my own free will, so be it. I choose of my own free will to honor and express my ability to evolve spiritually with peace in my heart, accepting that the perfection of divine love is always whole and shining within me. May those that love me unconditionally assist me in sustaining serenity within my being as I take my journey of personal and spiritual growth this lifetime. May divine perfection reveal itself to me through unconditional love and compassion. So be it. May divine perfection shine its loving light for all to see. May all beings be happy and free, according to divine love. So be it. I feel the serenity of my spirit and the courage of my heart as divine perfection expresses itself through me in all ways. The divinity in you. The divinity in you is perfect. The ego of you is remembering. Divine perfection. Virgo. You are healing. You are healing back to that awareness that you are perfectly divine and that you are not the labels. You are not a charity worker for other people. This is where you serve the soul, your soul, and what you need to grow and evolve. Okay? Let's see what this looks like September for Virgo. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. The only way to have control is to release it. That's when things start shifting. Yeah. That's when things start shifting. Release control. What does this look like for Virgo? What does September look like? This healing journey. Yeah, we got the star out first. I shit you not. We got the star, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Pentacles. Clarities, please. Got the 2 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles. Give me one more. And the Knight of Swords. We have the World card on the bottom. And the Fool on top. Alpha and Omega. Fool on top. Okay. Virgo, this is the divine calling you to take a leap on ending things and closing chapters for good. The sun is there underneath of it with judgment card. You've got to make this judgment call for yourself. You can't involve anybody else or make that call because of anybody else or with anybody else in mind. This is a call you have to make for yourself and yourself alone. The 10 of Cups, it's about your happiness. It's about you feeling full. It's about your inner child and what your inner child needs to love the manifestation so that you can be at fucking peace. This is a decision that you have to make for you, in consideration of you, in compassion of you, in mercy of you, and you alone. You can't take anybody else into account when you make this decision. Not to sound mean about it, but it's like, fuck their feelings. Fuck their feelings. This choice has to be made by you and for you only. September is a big month for you. Because if you're chasing after power and you're chasing after control, you will end up in the void. You will poison yourself. Spiritual poison. That mushroom card came out in the reverse. Mushrooms can be extremely healing, right? They can be beautiful ancient medicine, and they can be poison. In the reverse, this is like the delusional mushroom, right? It's like being on a really bad trip. It's like being on a really bad trip. Hallucinogenic mushrooms, right? Mushrooms in reverse. You're going to feel like Alice lost in Wonderland. Like, what is this crazy nightmare with all these crazy characters? What's going on? Who are all of these crazy characters? They all exist because you're healing and evolving. And when you heal and evolve out of your mirror with them, the mirror that's keeping you there, the mirror that is keeping them there, forgetting that you are divine before you are fill in your name here. You are divine first before you are the labels. You are divine first. Tune into your divinity. What choice needs to be made for you? What cycle needs to close? What relationships need to close indefinitely because that mirror is done? Because the evolution took place. If you have long-standing mirrors with other people in your life, it's because you haven't healed a very long-standing wound in your mirror. You haven't evolved out of it yet. You haven't outgrown that mirror yet. You're not looking at it. You're looking at it with a label. Well, this is who I am. This is my title. This is my job. These are my responsibilities. These are my obligations. And you're putting that before the fact that you are divine, before the fact that you are spirit, before your intuition, before your feelings. You're putting the labels and the ego ahead of it. It has to stop. The divine is letting you know. You are perfect. When you are in tune with your divinity, you are healing a Chiron wound. The healed heart chakra is on the other side of healing Chiron. You are martyring yourself for the labels and the titles, martyring yourself for the reality. And you need to grow. You need to grow and evolve. The seed is under that. You need to break the surface. The star card with the Two of Wands, yeah, your healing's on pause. Your healing's on pause, and it wants to grow. It wants to grow so bad. Look at the seed on this card. It wants to grow so bad. It's on pause. All the birds in the background. You've got to use your masculine and feminine energy in union to protect your growth because the birds will pick it apart. The Five of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, you're at odds with your living situation or your work environment, if not both. I'm definitely getting this vibe of home situation. You're at odds with it. You internally struggle with it. You get frustrated with it. It's your ego and what you're doing to control versus their ego and what they're doing to control. The thing is, if it's your ego versus their ego, the divine's not present in either of you. And that's why y'all are in each other's mirror. They don't have the divine present in their life, and you don't have it in yours either. You're placing more importance on the reality what you don't have. You're focused on all the things you don't have with the Five of Pentacles. Focusing on the fear of what you'd lose in the reality. It doesn't have to even be financial. It could be people. Well, I'll lose these people. They're a part of your they're a part of your growth process. They're not even real. It's a part of your imagination. Right? Like Alice in Wonderland. It's a fucking dream. They're not real. The labels, the names that they have, it's not real. In the divine big picture of things. And you're working so hard at it, putting in all this effort. The Eight of Pentacles. Trying to control the reality. Trying to hold on to people. Trying to be a certain person. Your reputation, the legacy when people look back and think about you and what you did for them and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not in touch with the divine at all. It's all ego driven without the divine present. The Four of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords. Like, you're holding on to this black horse energy. Like, you know, you're going to come up from behind and win. You can't come up from behind and win if you are holding on to, for dear life, the Four of Pentacles. You can't reach the Ten of Pentacles if you're holding on to the Four. You are holding on to a comfort zone that your ego created, and it's not even comfortable. It's not even comfortable, dude. It's poisonous. Slow and painful. Slow and painful. I'm also picking up on this feeling of like having like upset stomach or having a hard time like digesting food, like high anxiety and stress. It's upsetting your system. Or you have an unhealthy relationship with food. Maybe you're not nourishing yourself like you should. You're not prioritizing your health because all these other priorities are taking place. You're not taking care of yourself. You're not taking care of yourself, Virgo. I don't care how many times you got to go back and re-listen to me read Melchizedek's card. You got to get in touch with that energy and get out of your own egoic consciousness and tune into Christ consciousness, tune into higher consciousness, tune into divinity. Remembering that you can't make mistakes when you're in touch with your divinity and make calls. When you make those, you make those calls, calling the shots. This can't persist. This can't persist. Like, yeah, you'll gain experience. You'll gain a manifestation. But your soul's not there. The divine's not there. When you're in a soul's place, you're not listening to the divine. You don't listen to your intuition. You're not listening to how you feel. You're in a poisonous place with yourself. You're toxic. You are toxic to yourself. Reality check. What other sign does Virgo need to watch? Taurus. Go watch Taurus. Okay? Whatever house that Taurus rules for you, there is a clue there. There is a clue there. Okay? If it's your 9th house, you have to apply wisdom. If it's your 12th house, you have to face the fact that you're afraid of that energy. That you're afraid. Okay? Figure it out. Connect your dots. That's Virgo. Fuck their feelings. It's about you and your divinity. That's it. We're going to move into Leo. All right, Leo. Spirit, please. What is going on with Leo energy? I know you're going to have Venus enter your sign. What is going on with Leo and Leo energy for September? Leo placements, the house that Leo rules for you. What is going on with Leo for September? Where is their energy at? Rogue. I think it was Capricorn who had this as well. So if you've got significant Capricorn placements, you might need to watch that. The Rogue is an NPC parading around like a friend, and they are your enemy. They're absolutely your enemy. They were a friend, and they are not your friend. This is someone who used to have a soul light, which is why you see their potential, because you could still feel where their soul was, who they were when their soul was present. But they don't have their soul anymore. They've locked the divine out. They're running on NPC mode. They're soulless. Yeah, they used to be your friend in this life or another life, but they lost their soul along the way, and they're your enemy now. They're against your light, and they will steal your light if you let them. They will hurt you and steal your light if you let them. They don't have a soul. They used to. That's the potential that you feel. That is the potential that you sense in them, but it is not the reality. The reality is that their soul is elsewhere with whoever traumatized them, hurt them, betrayed them, wounded them, and took their soul, took their light, the light from their eyes. They are not the person that you remember them to be. They are not their potential. That is not where they're at right now. They need to reclaim their soul to be that. They need to reclaim their soul to be that. What is the clarifying energy for the Rogue, please? The Fireplace. In the reverse. The closed door is on top. This is someone who the cycle ended. You might have had a Saturn connection with them. Saturn is a long-term relationship. It could also be karmic. It could have been a very long and painful dynamic. And with the Fireplace in the reverse, they're cold as hell. They're not keeping you warm. And or they have some kind of something on you that they're holding against you, or you know that they have it, and them having it puts you in a compromised position. If they were to expose it, you trusted them like a friend because you didn't think they would do you dirty. And so they have something of you or about you. They have some kind of information or whatever. And because you know they have it, it's like you gave them leverage. It could be information. It could be images. You could have told this person your deepest fear and are afraid they're going to use it against you. But the fact that you know that they have whatever it is, against you, you're afraid they're going to use it. It's putting you in a compromising position. Some kind of evidence of something. Right, because the fireplace is where we burn the evidence, so it can't be found. So they have something on you. They have something on you. And you're afraid. You're afraid that they would use it against you. And to be fair, I think that fear is valid, because if they're the rogue, they will use it against you. You should have never gave it to them. And the fact of the matter is, if they do have something on you and it does come out, then it's just because you weren't listening to your intuition. You were running off of their potential and not their reality. You were trying to help retrieve their soul instead of working on your own. So unfortunately, like in the divine alignment of things, like it's fair. The outcome, whatever ends up being, is fair and just, because you attracted a soulless person for a reason. Because you were struggling with your own. Got the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Got the Nine of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles. The Tower. Nope, I'm being told to keep it there. And the Strength card. Clarities, please. Judgment. Nine of Wands. Emperor. Death. And the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Top of the deck is the King of Wands. Okay. This is not going to be for everybody. But I'm getting the download, which means I have to say it. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you understand what the hell I'm talking about. But someone... It almost feels like someone committed some kind of a crime in like the heat of the moment, or a rage. And someone painted them as innocent, like it was like self-defense or something. But it wasn't self-defense. They were angry. They tried to paint someone as innocent when the reality is they couldn't get their anger under control. Whatever is going on, Leo, I think that you are very loyal to the vision that you've created. And you think you can outsmart it, that you can manipulate it, that you can change it, get it to see things from your perspective. But the reality is, this person, whoever you're dealing with, looks at you like a serious fucking burden and wishes you were unalived. You're dealing with someone. Leo, I'm getting such a wild fucking message. You are dealing with someone who does not want you alive. They're acting like a friend. But if they could unalive you, they would. And if they could get away with it and claim self-defense, they would. What a whack fucking message. But this might be a real reality for someone, which is why Spirit is like, hey, like you might need to see the writing on the wall. The Four of Coins reversed with the Judgment card. If you try letting somebody go because you want to be sovereign, you want to heal, you want to put in the work to be in your high masculine energy and choose what is best for you, you want to start acting in alignment, someone might be like, fuck you. Like this quote unquote friend or ally or lover or whoever they are, this soulless individual who you considered a friend, who you considered a partner or a confidant or a lover or whatever. Like they were benefiting from your wounds, obviously. And if you start acting in alignment and you start acting in high energy and you start, doing things and making an effort to get out of the shadow, if they got a fucking temper, they will try to destroy you. Literally, reputation, your work, like they will try to destroy you out of spite and then claim innocence. Claim innocence. They had nothing to do with it. What a crazy fucking reading. Wow, and there's an eclipse on that card. And it's right inside the week with the second new moon in Virgo, which is the partial solar eclipse. Leo, be careful if you got a crazy motherfucker in your reality who's got a temper and you know it. If you don't think they'd ever turn that temper on you or they're not unhinged, yes, they are. And yes, they would. Yes, they are, and yes, they would. If you want to get out of this person's reality, if you want to get out of the shadow and really start acting in your highest good, you can't tell them. You can't tell them what you're doing. You cannot tell them what you're doing. You will have to figure it out and make moves without them knowing. Because I'm telling you right now, someone is crazy. Someone's crazy. If you don't think they would attack you, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You try and close the door. You try and close this door. Someone will close your fucking eyes. They are pissed. Even if they didn't succeed and they just lashed out violently, you would blame yourself. It's like going to the hospital and saying you fell down the stairs. You slipped onto a knife. You slipped onto a knife. No one stabbed you. You slipped onto a knife. It's like you would have to lie and make this person look innocent when they're fucking crazy. Because that strength card following the tower with the death card, listen. Look at these cards. Right? We have all this positive light. Letting go, making that judgment call, soul revival, sovereignty, scaring away the crows, right? All of this effort, high masculine. And then we get the tower with the death card. Followed by the angriest bull I have ever seen on a strength card. And someone painting a picture of innocence. What? I wish I could read those cards another way. That's what I'm getting. Someone is going to try and stop the transformation that you are going through in a big way. And it's going to expose just how fucking crazy toxic they are. And that they do not care. I just saw a black butterfly. A black butterfly fly past my window. Leo, please be careful. Please be fucking smart. Don't think they won't hurt you. Don't think they won't betray you. Don't think they won't stab you in the back, literally or metaphorically speaking. Please don't. Do not underestimate crazy. Do not underestimate crazy, especially if they have a history of hurting other people and you think they would never do it to you. Especially if they have a history of being violent and you don't think they would ever do it to you. Please do not be foolish. Please do not be foolish. If you think you've got this high vision of what it could be and that you are smart enough to manipulate them and get them to worship you and how smart you are and they could change and they could move forward, you will end up 10 of fucking swords. 10 of fucking swords. You are a burden to this person. The more you try and make them heal, the more you try and make them be what you visualize, the more they fucking hate your guts. They would rather be done with you and never deal with you again. They don't care. You're dealing with someone who's fucking psychotic. Because this isn't self-defense. This is not self-defense. This is rage. You back them into a corner with your authenticity. You back them into a corner, thinking that if you back them into the corner, they'll change. If you push them into the corner, they'll change. No, they're a fucking bull. You're backing a bull into a fucking corner, and it's going to come bolting out that fucking corner, pissed, and it's going to throw all its fucking weight, and it's going to give you the horns. It's going to see red. You're trying to back me into a corner? You're trying to force me to change? It's going to come out like a raging fucking bull. I'm telling you. Leo, what other sign for Leo? Capricorn. Watch Capricorn's reading. Watch Capricorn's reading. They also had that rogue card. Watch Capricorn's reading. It is calling you, Leo. It is giving you a heads up as best it can. The divine is giving you a heads up as best it can. If you got a Leo friend and you're watching this fucking reading, I don't care how crazy they think you are. I would share this with them. I would share this with them. I've been reading cards since I was 12 years old. I'm going to be 40 this year. Ain't nobody ever told me I was wrong reading cards. Ain't nobody ever told me I was wrong. I'm telling you. If I'm getting messages like that, Leo, be fucking careful. Watch. Watch. I don't give readings like that. I don't give readings like that. Spirit had that message come out. Please be fucking careful. Your Sag girl is fucking shook a little. All right. Your fucking girl is shook a little. Be fucking careful, please. Okay. We're going to move to Pisces. We're going to move to Pisces. Okay. Yeah, not surprising. Cap got the road card too. Yeah. I just saw your comment, Kristen. Yeah, 100%. Okay. What is going on for Pisces, please? What is their energy for September? We got the Idiot. It came out in the reverse. And it's telling me to draw an additional card. Permanently reduce your intelligence by a certain amount, and you can draw one additional card. But this is in reverse, so I think you're gaining some kind of intelligence for sure, gaining some kind of information, gaining some kind of knowledge. What else, Pisces? You're gaining some kind of knowledge. If you were someone's idiot before, you're not now. If you were someone's idiot before, you're not now. We got the Throne. That card's been making quite the appearance. The Throne is the gift of persuasion and diplomacy and gaining rightful ownership of a small keep, ownership of a home, ownership of some kind of safe place or sanctuary, safe haven. You're gaining some kind of information. And are going to be able to talk about it, right, to where someone will follow your lead because you gained information. Someone will be able to follow your lead. They'll listen to what you're saying. But you're gaining some kind of information. And you're making some kind of decisions based off of it. And you might need to convince other people of certain things in order to achieve what you're after. Clarify that energy further, please, for Pisces. You got Saturn retrograding back into your sign September 1st. You got the North Node there, and then Neptune will be there eventually. What is going on with Pisces? We got the Sun. Shining in your authenticity. Shining in your high light. High masculine energy. Good. Good. We got the chrysalis on top. Yeah, you gained some kind of information, gained some kind of knowledge, and you're shining in your high masculine. You're making the right choices, and you're about to bust out of a very confining situation. What does that look like? What does that look like for Pisces? What does that look like in the month of September for Pisces, Pisces energy, Pisces placements, and the house that Pisces rules? We got the Knight of Chalices. What else? We got the Devil. Got the King of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles with Justice, Temperance, Three of Wands, Three of Chalices, and something you don't see. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Chalices, past life partnership, past life soulmate. And the Eight of Chalices on top. Pisces, I feel like you could have somebody in your mirror who is living the reality that you want, or that you think you want, that you think you desire it, because they have it and you don't. And I think you might be walking away from whoever that is, because it's painful for you to envy what you don't have, especially if it's not really meant for you and your highest good to have the same thing. Like being reminded that you don't have what they have doesn't feel good. And so you might just be done with it. Watching someone else be in their inner union energy while you are not in your inner union energy. You might be stepping away. I feel like you have a bigger calling. You have a bigger calling. High Priestess is under that. You're supposed to be some kind of guardian or intuitive teacher. A healer. Wheel of Fortune is under that. Something about Jupiter being in Cancer, benefiting your sign. You need some kind of peace. You need to manifest some kind of peace. What fulfillment means to you. Because I feel like you're sad and you're wishing the rain would stop. You just want happy days, brighter days, right? You want to be able to build. And you know, holding on to this idea needs to end. This idea that your destiny is meant to look like other people's. Like maybe the happy marriage with the 2 kids and the dog and the cat and the white picket fence is their reality, but it's not yours. It's not your path. It's not your purpose to live in that very mundane, cookie cutter achievement of a dream. You've got a higher calling. And where you weren't seeing it before, I think you're seeing it now. The Knight of Chalices with the Justice card. I feel like this is a very heartfelt communication meant to balance something. That it's bringing you out of the winter and into the summer kind of energy. Maybe you've been in a reality that has been quite cold, that hasn't produced much, right? Barren, not receiving much from the reality. And bringing it into a place where there is much to receive, much brighter, much lighter, much more enjoyable, right? Energetic climate. The devil in you, whatever you have attachments to, it's followed by temperance. The devil's clarified by temperance. So this is a major healing to an attachment or an addiction or a behavior or a toxic person or a toxic facet of yourself. This is a major healing. You're tired of being cut over and over again every single time you go to chase after a dream that you have that, you know, everybody else has and measures their success over, but every time you try and achieve it, it hurts. Every time you go after it, it hurts. You know, like, oh, you're this old, you're not married yet. It's like, well, every time I go after partnerships or relationships, it's fucking crazy painful. Maybe I'm not meant to be in a relationship. Maybe I'm meant to be single. Maybe I'm meant to do other things and connect with people in other ways. And my legacy is meant to be different. You know, like, oh, you don't work a normal job? No, I don't work a normal job. Every time I try and work a normal fucking job, I run my health into the ground and lose control of my life, and I don't do anything that I enjoy, and I'm miserable as fuck. No, I don't have a normal job. I do this or I do that. It works for me. You know, but there's this idea that, you know, you wish you could be like other people when you are not like other people. You're not. Your light, the sun, right? Your light is different. Your path is different. The King of Wands with the 3 of Wands. I feel like you're wishing on a star to achieve whatever this dream is. But you know that if you try picking something before it's right, before it's ready, people will destroy it. They will destroy it before it can take flight. Look at this 3 of Cups. What a crazy 3 of Cups card. They're all holding up a cup, but it almost looks like they're about to smash the fucking baby chick. Does it not? You've got a certain amount of healing that needs to be done, a certain path you need to walk before you can have the dream that you're after. You're on a soul mission. You're not an NPC, right? The NPCs always get the manifestation so easy. So easy. Like, don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you wish you had it? Be envious. Hate yourself because you don't have it. Like, the NPC program will make you fucking hate yourself because it's so easy for them and it's so hard for you. And it's because you're going through healing. You have a soul that's healing. They don't. They don't. What you don't see? Princess of Pentacles. Your heart space is trying to communicate something with you. Seizing the moment, planting seeds, carpe diem. Today is your day. Your heart space is letting you know. Your feelings are letting you know that you have to let some shit go. That it's just not meant for you. It's not meant for you. And that's okay. It could be something really fucking small. It could be something major. Like, maybe you're realizing that you shouldn't be a parent, that every time you try and be a parent, it just falls the fuck apart and it's so painful. Maybe you need to step away from that role and go heal and find your path so that if you are meant to be a parent and enjoy it, it can happen for you. You know, like, there's something about it, Pisces. There's something about it that other people might judge you harshly for. But every time you try and go for it without getting the healing done, you try and force the manifestation, it doesn't work out. You don't even have a chance to grow before, you know, the NPCs of the world are trying to beat the beauty out of you, beat the light out of you. Can't even get off the ground. Like, everybody else has their cup full, but they're not feeding you. They're not offering you anything from their cup. They're not making your life better. They're just flaunting what they have that you don't in your face. They're just flaunting it in your face. Like, don't you wish you had this love? Don't you wish you had this energy? Don't you wish you had this manifestation? They're just rubbing it in your face. You need to walk away from people like that. Walk away from people like that. They feed off the fact that you're envious. They love that they have what you don't. That could be like someone who, you know, gets their freedom and gets to go to work and not take responsibilities around the house. They're like, no, I have a job. No, I can't help you. Sorry. And rubbing it in your face that you have to do it all by yourself and you're struggling. Or the other way around. Maybe you have somebody who's at home all day and they get to enjoy no work stress, no job stress. They're just at home all day and they're rubbing it in your face like, no, I had this to do and that to do. No, I have too many things to do. I can't work. I can't chip in. I can't make more money and help you out. You're just going to have to struggle. You're just going to have to deal with it. But they're not doing anything and they're not dealing with the stress that you're dealing with, you know, like thinking about bills, thinking about money, thinking about feeding everybody, like, and they're rubbing it in your face. No, I don't have those problems. That's definitely you. And it's just like being tired of it, being so fucking tired of it. This is someone you dealt with in past lives. You have to let them go. What other sign for Pisces? Capricorn. Go watch Capricorn, Pisces. Go watch Capricorn. You're dealing with someone who doesn't give a fuck. You're dealing with someone who doesn't give a fuck. I'm telling you right now. Go watch Cap. You see their potential because they used to have a soul, but they don't anymore. And you can't retrieve it for them. Soulless person. Go watch Capricorn's reading. Keep in mind what house Capricorn rules for you. Okay? What placements you have there. All right, we're going to get into Libra. Timestamp for Libra. All right, Libra. All right, Libra. Spirit, please. What is going on with Libra? Libran energy. The house that Libra rules for you. What is going on in the month of September for Libra? Rogue. God. Rogue Libra. This came out huge in the last few signs. I'm shuffling the deck and shit. This card is flying out, guys. You have an NPC in your life parading around like an ally, and they are your enemy. Someone who used to have a soul but does not have a soul anymore. They lost it along the way via trauma, crazy pain that they experienced. They used to have a soul, and that's why you feel their potential, because you could feel where their soul was. When they listened to their divinity, when they were in touch with their divinity, when they had that soul, you can feel who they were. The residual vibration is there. And because you have a soul, you can sense that they used to have one. And you're trying to pull their potential out because you're trying to help them retrieve their soul. But it's gone. It's gone. This person is not an angel anymore. They are the soulless. They are the soulless. What is the clarifying energy, please? What is the clarifying energy for Libra, please, with Rogue? Yeah. You are the angel hanging yourself on the fucking cross. The divine is weeping for you. The divine is weeping for you. You have to close that door. That's a long, painful cycle. You got to walk away from the door of extremes, right? The flip-flop between narcissist and empath. You're in the empath role, Libra. Dealing with someone who is soulless. And you are hanging on the fucking cross. You need to close that door. You need to close that door and walk. Let karma hit them on the fucking ass. And walk. An empath can only take so much abuse before they die on that cross. What insight, please? What does this look like in September for Libra? We got the Strength card. King of Wands in the reverse. The Ace of Wands. and the Ten of Wands. Clarities, please. The Knight of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Chariot, and one more, please. The Two of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles. Top is the Knight of Chalices. Libra, you're taking some financial losses, and or you are afraid of financial or material losses. And so you are sweet talking and schmoozing and using all that Libra charm to avoid the loss. You're afraid of being alone. You know you have to do the inner work and you're putting it off. Your heart space has been trying to communicate with you. You're in pain. Whoever you've partnered up with, you're in a great deal of pain. You have an abandonment wound, Libra. You have an abandonment wound. You locked yourself in a codependent relationship with someone who needs you, because if they need you, they won't leave you. But the problem is they're toxic and they're not with you because they want you. They're with you because they need you, and they don't care how they treat you, as long as you keep giving them what they need. And because you have an abandonment wound, you don't care how they treat you as long as they don't leave. Libra. The thing is, you're pissed. You're pissed, and you're trying to talk about it while holding your temper back. I feel like you are actively holding back your temper, trying to communicate because you're pissed. They know you're pissed. They know you're pissed. They know you have a certain idea of what you want to manifest, what you want life to be, but you're not getting what you want. It's what they want. That King of Wands in the reverse, that's a loose cannon. Because you want the happily ever after vision. You want the Four of Wands, the fantasy. You want this person to be who they are in the fantasy. You could have the person in your reality and you want them to be like someone else you used to know. But they are not that person. They are not that person. Someone who cared about you and would fight for you and protect you. They're not that person. You want them to be. The vision. You want this person to fit the bill of your high vision. But they are not that person. And you're being inspired to leave because this soulmate is way too heavy. Ace of Wands with the Chariot card. 10 of Wands with the Two of Cups. This person's way too heavy. The crosses that you're hanging yourself on are theirs. You are hanging yourself on their crosses, making their crosses your burden. Their healings your burden. You would rather hang on the cross and martyr yourself for them because you're afraid of being alone. You have an abandonment wound. You're afraid of losses. You're afraid of failing. You're afraid. And you tied yourself to a very codependent person. a very codependent person who doesn't care about you at all. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your vision. They don't care at all. As long as they're taking what they need from you, they don't care. And you're letting them not care. You're letting them take from you. There's no love there. Some people will argue, well, I don't need love. Well, yes, you do, though. Yes, you do. Otherwise, you end up in situations like this. You need love in your life. You need people who love you in your life. That's why you're fantasizing about or visualizing about people who care about you. In your highest good vision, the people in your life, the role they're playing, they all care about you. They all support you, do they not? Only love does that. Love supports. Love considers. Love holds space and empathy. Love holds compassion and shows mercy. This person has none of that for you. None. You got to move forward from it. You've got to close the door on it. You've got to close the door on it. Because to continue to run yourself into the ground for a loveless place, like you're just depleting yourself. You're just depleting yourself. You're dealing with a black hole of a person that's going to steal your light, and you'll end up soulless just like them. Just like them. Libra. What other signs for Libra? Cancer. Go watch Cancer, Libra. Pay attention to what placements you have in Cancer and the house that it rules, because it'll be very telling. It'll be very telling. And whoever your person is, I would look at their placements. I would look at their placements in their chart if you can. Put it into a generator. They're free. You can Google it. Okay? Figure out what's going on in Cancer. Because it's where your abandonment wound comes from. Cancer is ruled by the mother, so that might be a clue in and of itself. Be really, really leery of people whose Jupiter ends up on your Chiron. Be really leery. Because they will blow up your martyrdom. They will blow up your martyrdom and run it into the ground. They'll run you into the ground. They'll milk each other's something left. They don't care. They don't care. They benefit from your wound. Okay? Pay attention to the astrology. All right. We're going to get into Ophiuchus guidance. Ophiuchus guidance. Ophiuchus is the 13th sign. It is the sign that takes us from death to rebirth. It is the transcendent bridge, the lost bridge of healing. How you go from being an ego and letting the old self die and being reborn in spirit. Okay, that is what Ophiuchus represents. So, guidance. Let me timestamp Ophiuchus real quick. Okay, I've got 3 decks that I'm going to pull from. I've got the Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle, Sacred Rebels Oracle, and Magical Spirit, the Brilliance of You Oracle. Okay? Spirit, please. What is the beautiful guidance that we have for all of our beautiful zodiac energy? What is Ophiuchus bringing to help us transcend this and heal from this and be reborn stronger and lighter and brighter from all of this energy? September's a big month with a lot of heavy hitting energy. What is the guidance? What guidance would serve us best? We've got 1. from the Sacred Rebels deck. What else? What card above all others and our highest good to help us move through these energies of September? What Ophiuchian guidance, please? That's 2. And last but not least, what other guidance do we need, please, Spirit? And 3. Elk Medicine Woman. Wild at heart. Card number 36. We also have card number 31, Trust Yourself. Trust yourself. And card number 2, Yin Yang. I am in divine flow and move in alignment. Okay. Card number 36. Elk Medicine Woman. Elk Medicine Woman comes with guidance to heal your soul. Steady does it, Wild One. Maintain the pace that matches your inner rhythms. Do not feel rushed by urgency or external demands. You cannot force life to flow. The heart is at peace with this because it knows that perfect timing is divine timing. You have the endurance to go far, to attain great things in this life. You must conserve your energy to maintain your stamina. If you push yourself to exhaustion, you just make the way harder for yourself. Nor does it speed up your results. Forcing creates resistance, which just slows everything down. Elk Medicine Woman understands that you have great courage, which will take you to places that others may not dare to go. With your inner wisdom and self-confidence, there is so much that you shall achieve and receive. She whispers in your heart, affirming that your accomplishments shall be impressive. She guides you to work hard, but also to enjoy your life and allow others to support you. When divine timing is just right, you will hit your stride, and you will attain all that for which you have aimed and more. Balance your active pursuit of your dreams and ambitions with patience and trust in the right timing of things. Don't fight against life. Trust that it is working with you and for you. Do what is in your power to do and pace yourself with trust and surrender. This is the working of destiny. Okay, certain things are meant to happen at particular times. It doesn't matter what the outside world pressures are, what pressures other people are putting on you, what expectations they have of you, right? Or what the quote-unquote order of events is supposed to be. It's about flowing. It's about going at a pace that works for you and aligning yourself with people and situations that flow within that pace. Okay? Trust that things are working out in your favor. When you're in alignment, things don't fall apart. They fall into place. What needs to go falls away. Okay? Makes room for better things. Trust yourself. Card number 31. It says, you are wise. You know how to grow, even without knowing how you know. Like the ancient forest, spectacular galaxies, and the acorn that becomes the oak, there is a natural intelligence for growth that is beyond logic and reason. It just happens. At the deepest levels, we are governed by this force that is so palpable it literally shapes the world. At the same time, it is so invisible that sometimes we forget its presence and worry that our minds have to work everything out for life to happen and for us to be all right. When we become unnecessarily anxious about our affairs and how life will unfold. This oracle brings the message that you're growing. You really are. Don't doubt it. Even if you don't see it yet, remember that so much is happening when the seed is still unbroken in the ground. Below the earth, it is summoning up all the might, power, and force it needs to push above the topsoil and burst up into the light. It is essential for anything good to happen later on. Yet we don't see any of that. We just have to trust that things will happen when the time is right. You are also being asked to trust in yourself. You know how to grow. Don't overthink things. It won't help you. Don't worry so much. You are doing a great job in this game of life. When you trust yourself, you relax, and you can heed your own wisdom, insights, and messages much more clearly and easily. This oracle comes with particular guidance. You have a big destiny this lifetime and much to experience. Sometimes you make the error of judging something that is unpleasant as negative or a mistake. It isn't. It's just part of your greater hunger for experience. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of it. It doesn't mean you have to have a lot of it, but when you do, don't shame yourself for it. Simply let it be. Maybe it's just fertilizer for your next step on the path. It's all a part of your life process, and it's all a sign of growth. This oracle is telling you not to resist any points of instability in your life. This even applies to your most treasured relationships or creative projects. That instability is just a growing pain because more consciousness, more love, more light wants to infiltrate and pervade all parts of your life. The instability is not a sign of sickness, but of growth. So don't fret. Instead, choose to flow and grow. Take a moment and focus on just your breathing. Focus on just your breathing. Feel what it feels like to take that deep breath in and what it feels like to slowly let that deep breath out. Focus on your breath. Card number 2, yin and yang. Unity, balanced energy, divinity, and manifestation. Affirmation: I am balanced and in divine alignment. Both your masculine and feminine natures are incredibly powerful. However, when they are merged, you become a force to be reckoned with. You cultivate a mystical effect in your life where everything seems to flow in your favor. You become a match with the divine, which holds both polarities in harmonious balance. This is ultimate power. Do not underestimate or neglect either side of this coin. However, right now you are being called to embrace one side a little bit more than usual. You are being asked to find your power in a place where you least expect it, a place you have never gone looking for it. In ancient Chinese philosophy, it is said that when an individual's yin and yang have been separated or out of balance for too long, the individual loses their ability to create. A period of stagnation settles into their life and spirit. Do you feel you are out of touch with your feminine, your yin, your moon side? This includes intuition, surrender, softness, and receptivity. It also includes being imaginative, relaxed, open, flexible, nurturing, and introspective. Or maybe with your masculine, your yang, and sun side. This includes action, discipline, and structure. It also includes seeking and being productive, logical, excited, hard, unwavering, and extroverted. Experiment and explore different sides of yourself, especially those you feel unfamiliar with. What are you resisting? Lean into these sides with curiosity. Approach your love, life, career, ambition, creativity, or routines in a new way. Watch them expand and evolve. Practice embracing a different type of energy. Research feminine versus masculine energy characteristics. When we were talking about these soulless people, right? They have one of those two facets absent. They have one of those two facets absent. Either they're receiving all of the good stuff without giving anything back, there's no masculine at all, or they're giving and giving and giving and giving all of this high masculine energy, and their feminine energy is absent, and they're not receiving anything good in return. That's the extremes of yin yang, what happens when they're out of balance. You might need to learn to lean into listening to your intuition more, acting in alignment with your intuition, listening to your feelings and bringing your feelings into the equation. Well, this is how I feel, and I either do or I don't like it, which means I have to continue choosing it or I have to stop choosing it. This is about finding balance in September. This is about recognizing the people in your mirror. This is about going at the pace that works for you. This is about trusting yourself despite what everybody else says. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how they try and persuade you. It doesn't matter how they try and manipulate you. It doesn't matter what their egos want, what their demons want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they want. What matters is what you feel. If it feels good or if it does not. And being able to act accordingly and stop forcing, right, other people to be inside the flow you want them to be in, and just accept that they are in a flow of their own and you are swimming against the current, being inside their flow. Allow yourself to surrender and drift in the divine. Allow the divine to guide you. Allow that masculine energy that you have to choose and create and be productive in alignment with what feels good for you, with what you really want to feel. Choose in your favor. If you were your own guardian angel, how would you guide you? What advice would you give yourself? If you were your guardian angel who was watching you suffer, what advice would you give yourself? Maybe you need to let love in. Love of yourself and love from other people, so that it's not all on you all the time. Okay? That is Ophiuchian guidance for everyone for September. The best way to get out of your deepest, darkest holes. All right? Much love, guys. I will have all the timestamps in the description in just a few minutes. I'm going to wrap it up, and it'll just take me a couple to get them in there. You guys can hop, skip, and jump around and figure out your shit. For September. I am taking personal readings. You can book them with me through the Etsy shop, and I am booking for the secret codename events, the different moon events that we have going on, the total lunar eclipse on the 7th, and then the second new moon in Virgo 2 weeks later. You can get personal readings with me that way. It is the most affordable way to get a personal reading with me, to be fair. They're only $22 for the moon event readings. Okay. Outside of that, guys, I love y'all very much. I'm here if you need me. I will do readings throughout the month of September as I'm guided. The cosmic currency is coming back. They are going to be set and scheduled on Facebook, and then I will share them out to YouTube as well in the post tab, so you guys can catch me in either place. I'm going to give you guys as much help as I absolutely can through this month. All right. I love y'all, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.